All right, Khan, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, Shalom to the Torah, Yasharala, giving the course, all on the glory and praise unto Yahweh, Shema, Mashak, Mabalaki, Yahweh. That's all praises on the glorification unto the Most High God, Yahweh. In the name of some of Yah, Son Yahweh, this brother Yasharala.
Brother Baya.
Khan.
It's lucky.
Khan.
Y'all hear me?
Khan.
So,
Khan. Right, that's brother TAZAIYAR, GABAR. but Khan, so all praise to the Most High God. The brother on the right of me, brother TAZAIYAR GABAR, has a YouTube channel as well as the Instagram page. You know, you can look him up for yourself. TAZAIYAR GABAR. A lot of good edification on that channel as well as page. You know, you can hit him up for yourself. Good brother, a good soldier in this thing. All right. So all praise to the Most High God, as well as the brother on the bottom of me, a brother AHBAYAH. He's part of WFI Atlanta. He has a YouTube as well as an Instagram page entitled AHBAYAH. A lot of edification on there too. And, you know, the Most High has increased him in his knowledge, wisdom, understanding, as well as TAZAIYAR. Right? So all praise to the Most High God. Good brothers. So come on, let's get straight into it. Right? So, this we're going into what? Prophecies, right? World War III, blood moons, current events. Okay, because we have to be watching, man. Right? The Lord said we have to be watching in this thing. Watching what? Right? Watching the prophecies. Not and when the Lord said, right, let's kick it off with this precept real quick. Let's kick it off with this precept, man. Right? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get one in Mark, right? Let's go to Mark 13. Right. It's a classic right here. Mark chapter 13 and verse number 36. Lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And when I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. So when the Lord said watch, he's not talking about binge watch your damn TV shows, right? Didn't say binge watch damn Squid Games, all right? But when the Lord said watch, he's saying watch the prophecies, right? Watch yourself. You know how the Lord said in Luke 21 and verse 34 on down, he says, and take heed to yourselves. You also have to be watching out for Satan. You got to be watching out for your spirit, but also what? Watching for the prophecies. Because at any given second, all hell could break loose. And you don't want to be caught with, you know, your pants hanging down, you know, on a metaphorical level. All right. Be caught out there. And you don't even know that the Lord came back, man. Right? You were like, damn, you were too caught up in your folly. Hey, you too busy than watching TV shows and not caring about the Lord, you know? So we have to be watching in this thing because there's so much stuff that's going on in the world. We will be amiss not to talk about it, man. Right? Because we as a watchman, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be part of WFI to be a watchman, right? You know, brothers think that, oh yeah, that's their thing. I don't have to watch the prophecies. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you have knowledge and wisdom of the Lord and you know how to break down these prophecies, you have to be watching because that's your job. Yeah, and you have to tell it to the people, man. Right? That's why the Lord gave you that knowledge. But
I got a precept in Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 2. It reads, lift you up a banner upon the high mountain, and that banner is the truth. When you go to war, you have a banner. One for refuge. When we're on the highways and byways, what? We have that refuge, that banner for the homeless, the poor, all these people, they can come and seek refuge to this what? To this truth. That's that banner, it's this truth. Khan, shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
That's the truth. The banner, right? Reads, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. So right now we're shaking the hand, we're rebuking Satan, we're rebuking these heathen. If all hell breaking loose, we're still gonna be shaking the hand on the highways and byways through videos when Satan's tempting you, when Satan helps your family members to tempt you, when all hell breaking loose, you have to shake the hand and let you know that you're standing 10 toes down for this truth. But come.
all right, a quick precept. It's Ephesians chapter 5, and the classic, right? Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. All right, it's plain upon tables. The days are evil, man. You see it in a day on Twitter. You see brothers be sharing it. You see the Watchmen reports. And you literally have a damn Twitter account. Now you have no choice but to see the times are very evil, man. And it's literally our job to redeem them. Because we understand these times. We wasn't just given, a certain knowledge. Okay, the times are going to be evil. We weren't given that knowledge for no reason. Not everybody knows the times are evil, but I mean, we do. And it's our job to, proclaim it to the nations. Come on.
Khan, that's right. That's right. Let's go to real quick. Let's go to Habakkuk. All right. Let's go to Habakkuk. Right. Actually, let me get this precept. Right. Let me get this precept actually in the book of Matthew. It's Habakkuk, yeah. I'm gonna try to get this precept real quick. Matthew chapter 23. Right. This is Matthew chapter 23. Come in verse 33. It says, "Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can you escape the damnation of hell?" Here's your point, verse 34. "Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men." And when people think, because literally this is what I've heard in the world, right? People were saying that, like, for example, like they were giving out examples about people who are delusional, right? Hey, I kid you not. Literally, this is what happened in psychology class, right? Of last year when I was in psychology, right? Literally, they're saying, like, giving out examples about people who are delusional, right? They're saying, people who think they're God, people who think they're prophets. I'm like, what? you think, hey, they call us delusional. If you come up to that man and say, "Hey, I'm a prophet of the Lord," they're going to point the finger at you and be like, "Hey, you're delusional, bro." They're going to diagnose you with some damn, delusional disorder or something like that, man. They think that something's wrong with your brain if you think that you're a prophet, right? It's like, hey, what did the Lord say, man? He says, "Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets." Who are those prophets, man? Right? Don't think the prophets were just of old. That which have been is now, right? And the Most High require of that which is past, man. Right? So that just like how you got prophets back then during the time of what so-called Old Testament, you got prophets in the New Testament, and you have prophets now, right? And wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city. All right, and that's going to happen to us as well. Right, that's going into the persecution of the saints. All right, that also goes into prophecy. All right, but Khan.
Kind of got precept with that. Is my connection straight?
Khan.
This book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 24 and verse 19. Yet he sent prophets to them to bring them again to Yahweh, and they testified against them, but they would not give ear. So the Lord always sending prophets, sending servants, sending prophets again and again and again. And what does Israel do? They stone them, put them to death. He was sinking in the mirror, man. Right? He was sinking in the mirror because he said, "Thus said the Lord." A lot of our prophets, Isaiah, right, Paul, Peter, they got put to death for saying, "Thus said the Lord." Because a lot of people want to hear what? They want to hear smooth talk. They want to hear the things that they hear. Everything's going to be okay. Guess what? You're going to be rich. Guess what? What you're going through right now, and the Lord got you. Guess what? You're going to be rich. You're going to have $30 million. You're going to have, hey, a man going to come into your life. Hey, and look, if you go on Instagram, that's what they say. These Bible verses, they use one Bible verse and they twist it up and put, all hell be breaking loose in this thing, man. These Christians, no. But when we come out here and say, "Thus saith the Lord," and then guess what? They get mad. They say, the Lord knows my heart. The Lord knows I love him. I just got time right now. Well, and guess what, man? The Lord, the Lord proved you, and guess what? That test. When you see the people on the highways and byways, those are the servants and prophets the Lord sent. And when you either scoff at them, you touch. The Lord said, "Touch not my anointed." Let me get this real quick.
All right.
Let me get what's called First Chronicles 16. Right. First Chronicles chapter 16, verse 22, I believe, and it reads, "Saying, touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm." you can't really be touching you can't touch the Lord's anointed or his prophets. You touch the Lord's prophets, you're touching his eye, man, because the Lord sent them. If a messenger came to you, you don't be beating up on the postman. He's just a messenger. He gives you your mail, right? How come you don't go to the bank and beat them up, right? How come you don't beat the messenger the postman up, but you beat us up, you kill us and things of that nature? We're just a and our message right now, the Lord sent us is what? Prophecy, the end times. All hell is about to break loose, man. So, Con, you got it.
Cool.
No, crazy.
I got a classic on that. What the brother just said. It's Isaiah chapter 5. I'm gonna read. We'll just read. No. We'll come. We'll get it. Isaiah 5:20. Right. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. So that's exactly what our people, put, our what we saying to them. They put it for evil, man. They put it for, bitter. They say, oh no, I want America to go on forever. That's bitter in their ears, man. But that's sweet for us, man. Literally they put, what the Lord wants us to put out there, we put out there, and they put it for damn, bad, man. They put it for everything what it's not meant to be, right? Because let me just get this real fast. Right in the book of Psalms. Right? Psalms 1. Psalms 120 and verse 6. My soul has long dealt with him that hateth peace. I am for peace, but when I speak, they're for war. I love that precept, man, because it's literally we speak for peace, man, Barakatah. Right, we speak for peace. We speak for America to, be destroyed. That's they don't even know that's going to bring peace to the world, man. Peace to their souls. Our people don't want rest, man. They don't want, peace. They don't even know it though. That's the thing. They just think we're speaking bad. That's all they know. Why? Because Esau got in their damn mind, man. Esau's in their mind telling them these things. Satan. If you got your seer.
Con, I have a right. Con, right. I have a precept on that too. Right, real quick. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 27 and verse number 10. Right, it says, "For they prophesy a lie unto you, to remove you far from your land, and that I should drive you out, and ye should perish." Right, so the Lord is saying that certain people, they prophesy lies unto you. Who are the false prophets of now? Right, your damn pastor, your female Eve pastor, right, at the Baptist church. Man, I can't believe that, man. But literally, right, with the damn blonde weave on, okay, and she's pulling up in the church in the Mercedes, right, and she's prophesying she's prophesying lies, man, because she's saying, hey, that everything, like the brother saying, everything's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can keep sinning, God's still gonna love you, right? We're gonna be holding hands with Esau. We're gonna be singing Kumbaya, right? Just keep doing what you're doing, right? It's okay if you're a sinner. Just believe on Jesus, right? Just as long as you serve white Jesus and pay your tithes and believe in your heart and confess, hey, you good, bro. You good. That's prophesying lies, bro. Where is that at in the scriptures, right? Where is that? Where did the Lord say, as long as you pay your tithes and believe on me, thou shalt be good, right? The Lord never said that, man. And what about all these prophecies, literally in the Old and New Testament, about the Lord coming back? You never talk about that, right? What about all these prophecies about famine? You never talk about that. Hey, the Lord talked about famine, man. That's literally in Matthew chapter 24. If you claim to be a follower of Christ, which basically what a Christian is, you got to talk about that, because the Lord talked about it, right? So all you fake ass Christians, right? You're not a real Christian, bro. Because you don't talk about what the Lord actually talked about. You only harp on certain. You only go to Paul, really. They just go to Paul, really. Hey, they mighty in Paul. They not even understand what he's saying. They mighty in Paul. But to quote Yahabashah, they not mighty in that. To quote the Old Testament, they don't even go there, right? Just try to go to Paul, right? Twisting those scriptures to your own destruction, man.
Right.
So come.
So I got one more preacher. To link up with this. This is First Kings chapter 22 and verse 8. And it reads, and the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, there is yet one man, Micaiah, the son of Amlah, by whom we may acquire of the Lord. But I hate him. Huh? So the king of Israel, he said, hey, there's just one prophet. We can get inquire of him, to get to the Lord. But I hate him. Why does this king hate Micaiah? Let's see. For he doth not prophesy good concerning me.
Mm-hmm.
So they love that sweet talk, man. Even the kings, these Christians, all these people, when you're on the highways and byways, you shaking the hand, they got the ears like this. They kind of got the phone, they kind of walk past you, got the phone like this, acting like they can't hear you. You got to raise your voice, and they start raising their voice. Now y'all in an argument, all hell breaking loose because they don't want to live in the first place. All hell be breaking loose, man. Because we out there shaking the hand.
It goes on.
Right? We got, but I hate him, for he doth not prophesy good concerning me, but evil. And Jehoshaphat said, but not the king say so. But this is the point. This is how we going to be, man. If you're a true servant of the Lord, if you're a real prophet in this thing, this is what you're going to be like. Verse 4, I'm going to jump down to verse 14. And Micaiah said, as the Lord lived, what the Lord saith unto me, that will I speak, man. And that's the things we're going to speak. The Lord tell us to go out and tell that you're going to get put to death if you don't repent, and we're going to do that. If the Lord even said to Herod, tell that fox, and we're going to tell these heathen, you a fox, you a beast, you're going to captivity, and that's thus saith the Lord, man. We're just messengers. We're not coming out here on our own will. Like the prophets of Belial, they got put to death. But Elijah, he served the Lord with his whole heart, and guess what? The Lord chose him in this thing and delivered him from all his enemies and from the famine. So we serve the Lord, we serve the Most High God. But
fire verses, man. Fire verses. That's right.
You got it.
Con. It's like you have one more on that, right? You already know. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. So, hey, our people don't want to hear the law of the Lord, man. Like I said, like how the brother said, you trying to bring out the law. Hey, they gotta grab their phone. They're like this, acting like they can't hear you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, damn. Hey, Issachar, you trying to bring Issachar over there? Hey, Issachar's like, I know speak English, right? Hey, bro, you speak English, man. Come on now. Right? You're not trying to hear this Bible. Right? Children that will not hear the law of the Lord, right? Or we may even bring out certain laws and commandments. And this happened to us. I was trying to bring out certain laws and commandments by the dietary law to a elder brother. And he's like, no, I can't do that. I'm like, you can't put down pork. It's like, no. I'm like, it's just pork. He's like, nah, no. See that? He had to kind of flee after that. Verse 10, which say to the seers, remember 1 Samuel chapter 9, verse 9, and seer is a prophet, right? Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. See that? Hey, no. Don't tell me to keep the law, right? Say that the law is done away with. Yes, that's what we want to hear, right? No. Don't tell me that Christ. Don't bring out Luke 19 and 27, right? No, I don't want to hear that. Bring out Matthew 5, love your enemies. Bring out John 3:16, right? Taking the scriptures out of context, man. Hey, the whole Bible is not just John 3:16, man, right? But hey, you got to talk about the other stuff. That's what I'm saying, man. You got to be talking about the prophecies, because the Lord literally said that you have to be talking about the prophecies, right? In many occasions, right? But
they be pulling Isaiah 51 and 12, that I'm your comforter and things, and that you're paraphrasing. They want to hear these smooth scriptures, but that's all I had.
That's right.
I'm gonna get one more real fast on that, right? Right. Second Ezra 1 in verse 32. We'll read verse 29. Right? That ye would be my people and I should be your God, that ye would be my children and I should be your father. Right, this is the Lord talking to Israel. Right, verse 30. I gathered you together as hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, but now what shall I do unto you? I will cast you out from my face. When ye offer unto me, I'm gonna jump to verse 32, right? I sent unto you my servants the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain and torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of off your hands, says the Lord. Right, so the Lord's just not going to literally, come down from the heavens and tell us what He wants us to do. No, He's going to send His prophets out there to tell His people to keep the commandments. To tell His people, okay, that we're in evil time. Now, the Lord's just not going to come down. He's literally pouring the Spirit upon the prophets to tell His people certain things, man. And every time, the Lord sent the prophets out there, what did our people do? They literally took their damn bodies and slain them, man. Whether that's be, just not listening to them, throwing them in the damn dungeons, doing certain things. That's literally the Lord's going to have to require that off our people, man. He's playing. Come on.
That's right. That's right. Gone. And so, yeah, but we can get into that. I have a precept on that real quick, and then we can go into the new moon. I mean, it's like you keep saying new moon, right? The blood moon, right? Second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 1. A precept one TAZAIYAR was bringing out. Thus said the Lord. Wait, would you bring out, King?
I bring out 2 Ezra 1 and 32.
Oh, okay, come. Second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 1. Thus said the Lord, I brought this people out of bondage, and I gave them my commandments by my servants the prophets, whom they would not hear, but despise my counsels. See that? So, hey, same thing that's going on now. The prophets are bringing out the commandments to the people, right? We're acting as the teaching priest, as it states, right? And I believe Second Chronicles, right? So we're literally teaching the law. The prophets, hey, they can break down the prophecies, but they can also break down the law, right? And that's who is doing that. That's who the Lord is doing, or that's who the Lord is setting up to teach the law in the last days. The prophets, right? So let's get into this, right? So blood moons. So you have a blood moon coming up next so-called full moon, which will be November 19th on Friday, right? So-called. So like next week, actually. And so a blood moon, what's significant about a blood moon is, right? Let me just look up blood moon so I can just share my screen, right? And if brothers have any like articles or anything like that you want to bring up, just say so, right? So damn, see that? All I looked up was a blood moon. It says blood moon prophecy, right? Hey, that's a spirit. All right. So yes, literally, blood moons are prophesied in the Bible. All right, and that's how you know that the scriptures is a real book. You can't go into the book, the Quran, the damn unholy Quran, and try to pull out prophecies about the blood moon. It's not in there. It's not in the Upanishads. It's not in any other Hindu text. It's not in the damn Book of the Dead. It's in the scriptures, right? Blood moon prophecies. Okay, and this is what a blood moon is. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you've been living on this earth for long enough, you've seen a blood moon. You see when the blood, it's like when the moon is red in like in a reddish color. That's why they call it a blood moon, right? Because it literally has the appearance of blood, right? Now, this blood moon, according to the scriptures, is a sign of judgment and of evil coming upon the earth, man, right? Remember, the blood moon is not just, oh, look at the moon. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's not just that. It's a sign of judgment, man, right? I'm going to get a precept real quick, right? Because the moon serves for signs, man, all right? Let's get this real quick in the book of Sirach, chapter 43 and verse number 5, right? It says, great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment it runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. So what is the moon? The moon serves for a declaration of times to understand what time you're living in, right? But also as it's like a sign of the world. You look up at the moon, depending on what the moon looks like, it's a sign to the whole world about what time you're living in, and about what judgment is coming upon the earth, right? Because remember, a blood moon literally and that means that bloodshed is coming, right? Verse 7. And hey, we can get into that too, but verse 7, from the moon, it's like from the moon is the sign of feasts, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. See that? And so the moon is very beautiful and serves as that sign to the world. Okay.
That precept in Psalm 9 and verse 16, right? Because again, the brother said, through the spirit, that this blood moon is a sign, of the time that's about to happen right now, about how all hell about to break loose. The Lord's about to judge this place. But you got these heathen, they gonna look at it, they're gonna they might kick back, they're gonna have a picnic, they're gonna go to the mountains, to the woods, they might go camping, they're gonna, guess what? They're gonna look at the stars, they're gonna look at the blood moon, they might sip some beer and have a so-called good time. But if you really in this truth, the Lord reveal unto you his secrets, guess what? All hell about to break loose. It's spiritual. But this is the book of Psalm, chapter 9 and verse 16, and it reads, Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executed. So the Most High, he's known by his judgments. He's known when there's a famine on the earth. He's known when all hell break loose, he make his second coming. He's known when there's pestilence, famine, there's race wars, an uproar. He's known in all these different things in judgment. When your grandma died, the Most High did it. If you in this truth, the Most High did it, right? But it says the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Salah, verse 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God, and all these nations forgot the Most High. If you forget the Most High, the Lord won't turn you into hell. I mean, he gonna put you in a lower state. And all these nations, they're drunk off the philosophies. They're drunk off the wine of Babylon. So these nations, they don't know what's going on. You might have some people know what's going on, but as a mass and on a mass level, a lot of people don't know what's going on. When you see this blood moon, they celebrate. They call their friends. They go. It's on a Friday night too. They might go to the club. They might go to a frat party. They all hell gonna break, committing adultery, fornication, and wickedness. Right. That's why we gotta stay spiritually girded and know that the most High, Bahashim Yahushua, he's about to show his hand through these signs.
Mm.
Cool. I got a precept on that. Right, this is one of my favorite precepts. Job chapter 24 and 1. Right? Why seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they that know him not see his day? So the people don't even know that, when they see a damn red moon, they think it's just normal. They think it's, a time to be to glorify the moon, man, to worship the moon. They don't even know that's when the Lord is literally going to send judgment upon the earth, man. And that's literally a sign for a token for judgment. They think it's just, to damn have a picnic, man. Like the brother is saying, they don't know the Lord. So therefore, the judgments, they're going to know him by his judgments, man, like the brother just said.
Right. Khan, that's right, man. So yeah, and that blood moon, it's not just called a blood moon for a reason, for no reason. It's to denote the color, but also on a spiritual level, because that blood moon, it's like the brother is saying, is going to show forth or be that prelude to Jacob's trouble, right? Now we know that during the time of Jacob's trouble, there's going to be a lot of bloodshed, man, a lot of bloodshed, right? So let's get precept, man. All right, let's go to Revelation 14, right?
Dang, man.
God. See that? Brothers already know. All right. Revelation chapter 14 and verse 19. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth and gathered the vine of the earth and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came up out of the winepress, even unto the horses' bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. So how long is 1,600 furlongs? Right? Let's look it up. All right. Let's look up how long is 1,600 furlongs. All right. So according to this, it says 200 miles. So around 200 miles. So what does that mean? That means that there's going to be so much bloodshed on the earth that 200 miles long of blood, immense blood, is going to be present. It's going to be there. It's going to amount to that 200 miles. And it says unto the horse's bridle. Now, a horse, like, what's the average height of a horse? I believe it's like 6 feet, right? Average height of a horse, right? It's like, not dealing with that. It's like 6 feet. It's like 5 to 6 feet, man. You know, around 5 feet. Some horses can get about like 6 feet. You know, so they're pretty. They're pretty tall. They're not some small creatures, right? So if a horse, let's say it's even 5 feet, man, right? So 5 feet and 200 miles long of that blood with 5 feet. So how much is that? We don't even know how much that is, man. Right? And we know that the Lord also deals with numbers of completion, right? So who knows how much bloodshed is going to be upon the earth, man? Who really knows? Only the Lord, right? Only the Lord knows the amount of bloodshed that's going to be upon the earth. Because literally, right? So like, let me get this precept as well, right? Let's go to Revelation 19, right? Revelation 19 and verse 11, right? Salakia. Well, yeah, I'm gonna just start right here. So it says, and I saw heaven, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. That's talking about Mahashiach Yahabasha, right? I'm just keep reading. It says, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. Meaning, when he comes back, you don't know what he's going to do, right? You don't know who he's going to save. That's that name, right? That's written that no man knew. When he comes back, you don't know who's going to be delivered. Only Yahweh Shah knows, right? So you can't be like, I'm gonna be saved for sure. Well, you don't know that because he has a name written when no man knew but he himself, right? Verse 13, and he was clothed a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word in the Most High. It was dipped in blood, man, right? Dipped in whose blood? Esau, the other nations, and maybe even certain two-third Israelites. Come.
I got precept with the classic Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with the dyed garments from Basra?
That's right.
This that is glorious in his apparel,
Traveling.
traveling in the greatness of his strength. I speak in righteousness, mighty to save. So you're Isaiah having the same vision as who? Esdras, as John, Habakkuk. They're all seeing different perspectives of Yahushua making his second coming. Isaiah asking, who's this man from Basra? Meaning destroying Babylon, right? Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, in thy garments like him that treadeth in a wine fat? So he's asking, why is your apparel, why is it all red? What's going on? Right? Verse 3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. How am I speaking? For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain on my raiment. If you kill one man, let's say you get in a fight, you got a knife on you, you stab him in the neck, all that blood gonna get on you. So how much more a whole multitude of people you kill? You're gonna be, it's gonna look like you came out the ocean with all that blood on you, man. Right, verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is gone. So the Lord, he's constantly thinking about the day of vengeance. While you got these these other people, these heathen, two-third Jake, while they having a good time thinking how they can get their rocks off on this, how they can commit adultery, how they can have a good time to please the flesh, you got your house meditating on how you're going to spill your blood. I'm going to get this real quick. Right. Dang. It lost me. Dang it. It lost me. That's a spirit. The Lord took it out of my spirit. I'm going to get this real quick. The Lord took it out of my spirit. But this is the book of Proverbs. Dang, man. Let me get this real quick now. Hold on. Let me get Psalm 50. The Lord, he keeps taking everything out the spirit. It's the Lord's will. But the Lord said he's going to dip our foot, or we're going to dip our feet in their blood too. Oh, never mind. I remember it now. Let's get Job chapter 30 and verse 8. And it reads, they were children of fools, yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. So the Lord said, these men, the Edomites, these heathen, they are children of fools. These fools are looking at the sky, saying, "Oh, look, it's a blood moon." Why got the Lord? He's waiting patiently for the Most High to make the heathen his footstool, his enemies his footstool. So our different, or what's it called? Everybody's mindset right now is different from the Lord. The Lord got a mindset on how He's going to destroy you. These people on the earth, their mindset is what? To have fun. So it shows you what mindset people are in these days. And also in Psalm 58, I believe it's verse 10, right? Psalm 58 and verse 10, it reads, "The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance." So, hey, the righteous, the elect, the people who's keeping the commandments, who sincerely love the Most High by Hashem Yahushua, they're going to rejoice when they see the vengeance, man. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. It's going to be so much blood on the earth. You're going to be washing our feet in the blood of the wicked. When you wash your feet, it's not just a water cup. You washing your feet like that. No, you got a whole bath. A lot of water in it. That's how you wash your feet. You got a whole bath of water. Same thing in this context. You're gonna have a whole bath of blood just washing your feet. But
Mm-hmm.
Quick precept, right? Right, it's Isaiah chapter 34 and verse number, I read verse 5, right? For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Right, it's plain, the Lord Yahweh Shah, he's gonna have his, damn sword bathed in blood, man. It's not just gonna be blood, on the damn edge of it. Where he was slicing at the main part, the right side, man. It's going to be literally bathed in blood. His whole sword, damn, probably his hand going to be in blood as well, man. It's going to be dipped in blood. It's just not, it's just not going to be his damn sword, man, and the edge of his sword, right? So let me keep reading I'll jump to verse 8, right? For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompense from the controversy of Zion. Right, just that the Lord is going to do all that to show His judgment, man. It's plain upon tables. People think nobody's with the Israelites. People think just the Israelites will be on the bottom forever, man. That's literally Yahweh Shai coming to save His people. Let me just get this classic real fast. Right, Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 8. All right, and it reads, right? Well, I'll read verse 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon. For thus says the Lord of hosts, after the glory has he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that touches you touched the apple of his eye. Right? It's plain upon tables. Literally Yahweh Shah is going to do all that because because the nations think nobody's with us, man. The nations just think we got to deliver ourselves. Damn, trying to find some strength in America, man. No, it's literally going to be Yahweh Shah to save us and literally bathe himself in blood upon these nations. Come.
Khan, and also what I wanted to say too is, and the Lord, He deals with the shedding of blood. He does, right? On the right hand side, of course. And the Lord, He needs that blood because literally, hey, what does it say in the law? Like for example, it says, "And their blood shall be upon them," right? Right. The Lord, He needs that blood, man. Because in the let's get that precept, right? Leviticus chapter 17, right? He delights in that. He even slain Yahweh Shah, right? And put the blood on who? Blood on the nation of Israel, right? But let's get this real quick. Leviticus chapter 17 and verse 11. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, right? That's why the Lord is saying, hey, their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments. You know what I'm saying? Give me your life. Hey, the Lord, He's like that, man. Hey, the Lord, He's coming like a thief. He's like, hey, give me that damn life, man. Give me that. You know what I'm saying? Like, He needs that blood, right? And I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. So I feel like, hey, the Lord, He's coming back hungry, man. Give me that blood, right? But on the right hand side, of course, right? Because Esau, right? Esau and Satan, they want it for the left hand side, But hey, the Lord, He's coming, and He say, hey, I need that blood to be shed, man. The life of all flesh is in that blood, right? Let's get this real quick, right? Let's see how much bloodshed is going to be shed upon the earth, man, when the Lord comes back, right? And of course, during Jacob's trouble, World War 3, and when the Lord comes back, right? Isaiah chapter 10 and verse right 7. I'm gonna start at verse 17. Right, Isaiah chapter 10, verse 17. And the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and his Holy One for a flame, and it shall burn and devour his thorns and his briars in one day. So the Lord is going to burn the thorns and the briars in one day, right? Of Esau. Esau's throwing thorns and briars is going into what? His philosophies, his doctrines, right? They're like thorns to you, right? Let's get this precept real quick in the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 8, right? Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 8. His knowledge on the left-hand side, right? Hebrews chapter 6, verse 8. But that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. So that's going to be burned when the Lord comes back, man. It's going to be done away with, right? Esau is the wisdom on the left-hand side. And his promiscuous ways, man. It's going to be done away with, right? It's going to be burnt up. Verse 18, Isaiah 9, Salakia, 10 and verse 18. And shall consume the glory of his forest. What's his forest? He's not going into damn Yosemite, right? It's not going into the national parks of America. His forest is going into what? Because if a man is represented as a tree, then what's a forest? A collection of trees. So that means the whole multitude of the nation of Edomites, they're going to be consumed in their glory as well. Their glory going into their gold, their damn fabulous buildings. You know what I'm saying? Damn Beverly Hills, LA, all these fabulous and glorious, buildings and whatnot. It's going to be done away with. And of his fruitful field, both soul and body, and they shall be as when a standard bearer fainteth. Here's the point. Verse 19. And the rest of the trees, says there's going to be a remnant. Just like how you had the 1/3, right? There's going to be a remnant that shall return. That's literally Isaiah 10 verse 22, right? There's going to be a remnant that's going to return. There's going to be a remnant left of these other nations, right? And the rest of the trees of his forest shall be few, that a child may write them. So if literally a child, meaning a child may write them, meaning a child can count them out. And a child, he can only go so far. You know what I'm saying? He has to like stop. He's like, he can't count to damn 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Right? He can't count to damn 1 million. Right? It's just too much for a child. He's gonna get bored. He's gonna move on to he's gonna move on to other stuff. He might forget and then just give up. Right? So we're talking about the child here. So how many Edomites is that, man? Because according to the world population and whatnot, it's about let's just see how let's say what Esau says, right? How many white people? Right? Let's just see what it says, man. Right, real quick. I don't know if it. I don't even know if it's going to say. Right. All right. So let me see. Let me share my screen. Right. Share my screen. So let's say there's even like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is what 250.56 million. I think that's saying right in millions. Okay. That's kind of that. Oh no. But anyways, right? Let's say the population of Edomites is like 1 billion, right? Let's just put that number out there, 1 billion in the world, right? So that number is going to decrease so much that a child will be able to count out how many Edomites are upon the earth. So how much bloodshed is that, man? Right? A lot of damn bloodshed. Come.
Like in Song of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 2 on down, we're that lily among thorns. But going back to the topic real quick. And Joel, all right, let's get the classic. And that's a significance of the blood moon. The blood moon is what? A sign to show you that the Lord's about to do his judgment. I'm going to get that real quick. So Joel chapter 2, and I'll start at verse 28, and it reads, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, Your old man shall dream dreams. Your young man shall see visions. And all that's happening on a high level right now. You didn't have a lot of people seeing visions or dreams back in the 1600s, back in the 1800s. But now all of a sudden in the 2000, 2019, 2021, you might have your kid, probably saw a vision of the Lord returning. You probably had a brother who saw a blood moon in the sky when it was dark in a dream. You probably had your daughter, your niece tell you that the Lord's coming. She saw the dream of getting saved, so-called rapture. All these different dreams that everybody's having, it's on a high level because that's the spirit of the Lord. It's what? Prophecy, right? I'm gonna read on verse 29. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids, in those days will I pour out my spirit, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. So the Lord showing wonders in the heavens. You're seeing chariot sightings. You're seeing the sky turn blue out of nowhere. You might see a so-called, what they call in the world, a shooting star. It lights up the whole sky. You see two signs. You see a blood moon. You know, all these different wonders and miracles, so-called, that's happening in the heavens. It's all the Lord, because he's showing you that, guess what? It's a high time to wake out of sleep, like it says in Romans 13:11, because our salvation is nigh. Redemption draweth nigh, man. This wasn't happening in 1619 on the way here in slavery. You wasn't on a boat, where your ancestors wasn't on a boat seeing, you know, all hell breaking loose in the sky, right? It's all happening right now because that's prophecy. I'm going to keep going, verse 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come. Of the day of the Lord come. Right? A lot of people like to say, you know, the last days. We've been in the last days since Peter, since John. We've been my great grandma keep telling me we're in the last days, but you know we still here. We got 1,000 more years in Babylon. No, we don't have 1,000 more years in America, man. God forbid, we 1,000 more years in America. You gotta understand prophecy, and a lot of people are impatient. But guess what? The what's it called, the blood. The reason why we keep touching on this blood, we touch on it almost every month, but it's very important because the Lord said before He comes, that moon gonna be turned into blood, man. Right? It's gonna be turned into blood. That's the most important sign. But a lot of people is spiritually discerned, like it says in 1 Corinthians 2:14. Understand that. That's why a lot of people are gonna be thrown off when the Lord comes back as a fierce man of war. And guess what? They didn't see the blood moon. Their own blood gonna get spilled. That's all.
Come, I got it. Right, amazing precept on what Akim just said. Right, this is Isaiah 30 and verse 25. Right through the Spirit. Right, I'm gonna start at verse 26. Moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold, as the light of 7 days. In that day, in the day that the Lord bindeth up the breach of His people and healeth the stroke of their wound. Bro, so that's also a time for prophecy. When we see those blood moons, that's a sign that people are waking up as well, you know, on a mass rate. The Lord's literally healing, you know, His elect's wounds and coming them back and bringing them back into the truth. Right, verse 27. Behold, the name of the Lord cometh from far, burning with His anger, and the burden thereof is heavy. His lips are full of indignation, and His tongue as a devouring fire. Right? Is that literally the Lord just, you know, being mad and, you know, everybody hearing Him? Everybody in the world can hear His voice. Oh, man, why you just kill him like that? You know, he's from the third heaven, hearing out of the third heaven. You know, like, oh, man. No, it's literally the Lord dwelling within the people that He healed. You know, dwelling within His elect, you know, pushing forth His words and His indignation towards the nations, man. No, when you see that, this is why we're angry when we're out there, man. Because that's how the Lord wants us to be. You know, He doesn't want us to be, you know, all damn nice about it. You know, literally. What would a brother read in Isaiah 13, man? Lift you up a banner. And we're supposed to lift that banner up, man, as the sanctified ones of Him. Right? But verse 28, in his breath as an overflowing stream shall reach out of the midst of the neck, to sift the nations with the suave of vanity, and there shall be a bridle in the jaws of the people, causing them to err. No, they're going to be confounded when they see this, man. Like the brother just said, there's going to be a bridle upon their damn mouth, man. They're going to be like, what the hell is that? You know, thinking that's what you're going to get for thinking blood moons are for peace, man. And just to show that, you know, there's a God that made it. You know, it's literally to show that the Lord is going to bring judgment, man. whether it's bringing the prophets in, and bringing them, making them angry about something or something. That's just the Lord bringing judgment, man. It's plain, right? I'm gonna read this last one, verse 29. Ye shall have a song as in the night when a holy psalm light is kept, and gladness of heart as when one goeth with a pipe to come into the mountain of the Lord, to the mighty one of Israel. And that's what the mighty ones are going to be doing, man. That's what the sanctified ones are going to be doing. We're going to have a solemn song, man. Okay, yeah, the Lord, that's what he did. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's literally how the sanctified ones of the Lord are going to be acting. But we know that everything he said is true, man. When we know we serve in the only true God. God.
That's right, man. I got this precept too. Okay, because let's go to Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 19. It says, that say, let him make speed and hasten his work, that we may see it. And let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come, that we may know it. See that? So you have certain people, man, saying, hey, what the hell are the prophecies at? Right? I thought you told us that all hell's gonna break loose. What was that, like 3 years ago? It still hasn't came, huh? Hey, you have probably have certain Israelites saying, hey, let the Lord hasten his work, man. Right? But on the left hand side, like we say to the Lord, hasten, make haste. Hey, David said that. David said that to the Lord, man. Make haste, unto me, right? Hey, David asked the Lord, oh Lord, how long, right? How long shall these damn wicked people rule over me, right? Hey, David was saying that to the Lord. But on the right hand side, you have certain Israelites in the world saying, kind of mocking the Lord, saying, hey, let it come, man. Why we keep waiting? They said that to Ezekiel, they said that to Jeremiah, they said that to Isaiah, and they're saying that to you, right? So what does that tell you? That hey, you might be a prophet back on the earth, man, because they're saying the same exact things. The same exact things is happening, right? So literally, the work of the Lord is happening right now. But all you have to do is look at the signs. You see that? The people that's why the Lord say, ye fools, man, you hypocrites. Right? Let's get that real quick. You can't even discern the signs of the times, right? Where is that at? Right? Is that Matthew 24 or Luke 21?
Matthew 20.
God, the water. All right. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24, man. Okay. You fools, you hypocrites. This is the book of Matthew chapter
23. I could be wrong.
Con. Matthew 24 verse. Yeah, Con, it's verse 32, but I want the one where he's like, hey, you fools, like you can't even discern. You can discern the seasons, but you can't, discern the signs of the times, basically. Right. Luke 21. Let me see here. So like you say something real quick before so I can find this precept real quick.
Yeah, the Lord, a lot of people are hypocrites because again, a lot of people they can see the sun coming, they can see the sun rising up, they can see a thundercloud coming. Guess what? They know rain is coming. They know how to prepare. They got their rain jacket. They might put a camp with the umbrella. They standing in the wind with their what's called a windbreaker on because they guess what? They prepared. They saw it coming. But the Lord said that we're hypocrites. A lot of people are hypocrites because you see prophecies happening, but you're not preparing yourself, man. So how can you discern the sky and get ready for what season you're in, but not discern the times that you're living in and not prepare for it, man? And that's what the Lord said. A lot of hypocrites, they won't get destroyed. All right, let's get that real quick. Destroyed. You found it?
Con. It's actually Matthew 16. Con, all praise. Con, the water. Yeah, so Con, the water. And the brother said it beautifully. The spirit. Right, but yeah, let me get Matthew 16 and 1, right? It says, the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. You see that? Hey, people always want a sign from heaven, man. Right? Hey, where's the Lord at? Right? Show us God. And then might come a scoffer to you saying, hey, show me the Most High right now. Right? He's like, hey, show me God. Show me he exists. Right? Where can we see him at? Or hey, a brother might come or a sister might come and say, well, you guys been saying like the same things for like 20 years. Why hasn't it come yet? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What is the Lord waiting on? Right? Hey, hey, let me keep reading, right? Verse 2. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it would be fair weather, for the sky is red. So when you see the sky being turned red, you know that hey, the weather's going to start, or the temperature is going to start going down. It's going to be fair weather, right? It's going to be good weather. Verse 3. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. Ye, O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can you not discern the signs of the times? You just cut them, man. Right? You can discern all these seasons. You know when the fig tree is getting tender, you know that summer is nigh. You know what I'm saying? You know that just gonna become fair weather. You see the clouds in the sky. If it's dark clouds, you know, oh, okay, it's gonna be a shower, right? You can discern all these different things, these seasons, but you can't discern the signs of the times. You hypocrites, man. Right? And the Lord, hey, he was getting on him, man. So all you have to do in order for you to understand what time you're living in, look at the signs, man. It's damn blood moons going on, damn uproars of the people, goddamn rumors of wars. Just look it up and you understand, oh, okay, the Lord's going to come back soon. You know? Come on.
Let me get Luke 21 classic. 21. Right. Even the Lord himself, your Savior, my Savior, our Savior. This is what he said, man. Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, right? And he's giving you a what? A prophecy. And yet I was a prophet. A lot of people don't believe that. They don't believe David was a prophet. But in a lot of the Psalms that he prophesied. But this is the prophecy saying what will happen in the last days. You're going to see, again, like I said before, you're going to see blood moons. You're going to see chariot sightings. You're going to see two suns. You're going to see the whole sky at 3 a.m. in the morning when it's really dark, pitch black dark. You're going to see it turn blue, the whole sky turn blue. You're going to see a pillar of smoke in the middle of the sky out of nowhere. All these things are very spiritual. You know, the Lord's showing you these things. You got to go to the scriptures and look it up, man. And if you're not doing so, you're going to be caught with your pants down. All right? You don't want to be like that.
Con. It's like your audio is kind of choppy. Just to let you know.
Let me fall back real quick.
Con.
Right, like the brother's saying, man. We can't, we got to be the ones not to require a sign, man. Because the signs are, it's not just, a sign can't be, some that, it's literally hard to get. Man. It's not gonna be hard to get. You could literally look outside and see the signs at the times, man. No, you don't have to ask for a sign, man. You literally don't have to ask. Right now, I got a precept. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 21. For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe, man. Right, so that's the cold precept, man. No, the Lord doesn't. Hey, we're not. We shouldn't even have to be preaching to these people, man, because it's the Lord. The Lord made the damn earth. Now you can look at the damn sun and see signs that He's gonna come back. You can look at them. The pestilence, the famines, the damn plagues, man. All these things are literally sent by God. But let me get that real. Well, let me just get to the verse that I wanted. Verse 22. For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom. No, we can't be the one. We're literally the people that require a sign, though, man. That's the sad part. And our people literally require a sign. But let me get this real fast. Right, the book of Sirach. All right, Sirach chapter 38 and Salakia. Wow, that's not what I wanted. Sirach chapter 40. Right, Salakia. Come on, here it is. Sirach chapter 40 and verse 8. Such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. Right? Literally, you could see these things with your own eyes, man. A baby would know there's a damn famine, man. Literally, a baby would know there's a famine in the land. He's not eating, man. You don't gotta ask to see a damn famine. You know, you don't gotta ask to see a blood moon. You don't gotta ask to see any of these things because why? The Lord literally is gonna control them and literally put them before your face. And that's why it's foolishness unto the Most High, man. It's literally foolish when we require a sign. You know, you can literally look outside, man. It's plain upon this. Verse 11, all things that are of the earth shall turn to the earth again, and that which is of the waters doeth turn into the sea. The Lord, he made circus, man. So we're not going to, literally have to ask for a sign, man. You're not going to ask. You're not going to have to ask the president to see a famine. You know, are we in an earthquake? You know, is there a bloodshed? You know, you're not going to have to ask these things, man. That's foolishness, man. It's foolishness unto the Lord. You know, it's plain. Like the brother said, you're not going to have to ask for a sign in this thing.
Man. That's right. And also, like I had a point, but I forgot it. Right. But yeah, that's the blood moon, right? Blood moon. So you could just look in the sign, you could just look outside, right? See how the earth is operating. Feel the vibe of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it says in the book of Job, chapter 12 as well. Go to the earth, go to the beasts of the earth. They will teach you, what time you're living in as well. Because even, when natural disaster, before a natural disaster, if you look at certain birds, they'll start flying away. Big masses of birds, they'll start flying that direction. And then all of a sudden a damn earthquake happens, or before earthquake happened, your dog just starts barking out of nowhere. It's like, what are you barking at? He's barking, because these animals, they're in tune with the earth. You know what I'm saying? They're on like that little higher level because man doesn't really know. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't hear the things that a spider can hear. You can't hear it, you can't hear the things that a dog can hear or a cat, right? Just weren't given that ability. You know what I'm saying? So literally, if you look at the beasts of the earth, you look how the earth is operating. Literally, if you go to certain beaches, the ocean is literally, or when you go to the beaches, it's hella dead fish out of nowhere, just hella dead fish. Why is the Lord doing that? He's showing that, hey, all hell is literally going to break loose soon, right? These are all signs. Literally, there was a water that was turned into blood, and I believe like 2 years ago in Australia, right? The Euphrates River is drying up. All these are signs of the time, man, right? And you can read that in the Bible, There's damn plagues of flies going around. If you have pestilence going on, hey, so you have a lot of signs. So why are people still saying, I don't know if God's real, right? Yeah, is the Most High coming back? Or it's like, is Yahushua coming back? I don't know, right? What do you mean? What do you mean you don't know? Right? But yeah, it's like, right? But brothers, had anything else on the moons and stuff like that? All right, So yeah, the next full moon will be November 19th. Which is in a week from now. So, let's look out for that. All right, let's look out for that. Right. So we be moving on to the next topic, going into famine. All right. So famine, famine is coming, both physically and spiritual famine. We can get into that too. Right. So there's the physical famine that's coming upon the earth, man. Right. You can get your first precept by if you want.
Look at Second Esdras, chapter 16, and I'll start at verse 18. Right, I'll start at verse 17. For the spirit, it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?" So Esdras is having a vision of the last days, and this is a regeneration priesthood, right? But Esdras having a vision in these last days, and basically, man, he's seeing all hell breaking loose, whether it be World War III, famine, basically Jacob's trouble. He's saying all hell break loose. And these meat prices, these foods, some things, the supply is going down. Meat prices are going up. I believe the supply ships, who's supposed to come, the merchants, they're still stuck at sea. So how in the hell are we supposed to get our food? So we're slowly running out. If you look at the tactics, I believe what the Assyrians, what they did was, or was it who was the Romans? I believe it was either the Assyrians or Romans. They when it was besieging Israel, they cut off all food, water, and what's it called their basic needs to survive. And after a period amount of time, guess what? A famine was in the land, and they couldn't eat, they couldn't drink, and they died of starvation. And that's what's going to happen again. The Lord going to cut off all these merchants. He's going to cut off the food supply. He's going to kill all the cattle. You're not going to have bread. You're not going to have canned food. You're not going to be eating. No, you're not going to be going to Longhorn Steakhouse getting your steak medium rare, man, which is off because we just read in Leviticus 17:11, you can't eat blood because the life is in the blood, right?
So
Verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? You see that it's just the beginning. We're in the beginning stages of what? The famine. We're in the beginning stages of what? World War III. We're in the beginning stages of the fifth seal opening up. Right now we're in the fourth seal, about to enter into that fifth seal, which is what? Jacob's trouble, right? The hour of temptation, all hell breaking loose. That's why it's important that we get right now. Because if you're in the famine, the Lord won't take care of you. You don't have to worry about not eating. Didn't Elijah get fed with the raven, right? Didn't Daniel, he ate the Lord even shut the lion's mouth. So you might be in a famine, right? You might not have nothing to eat. You might be in the wilderness. Guess what? The lions, they're going to be hungry now. These animals, they're going to be hungry too. They might see you, but they might not eat you. So the Lord can preserve you in different ways you never heard of. But I think I want to keep going. Verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So, for lack of a better term, that's that belt. You know, when you go off, you probably got bad grades in school. You probably pissed the bed when you was little. You probably did. Probably was a bad behind kid getting in fights. You came home, you got in fight at school. You came home. Guess what? That scourge was that belt. You got beat, right? She hitting you upside the head with the belt. The belt buckle, all hell breaking loose. For lack of better term, that's that famine. That's the belt, right? That World War III is that belt. The Lord want to be hitting a lot of people with that whip, right? And hey, knocking people out, man, because they don't want to keep the commandments and they don't really believe in the Lord. But come on. Actually, I can keep going, actually. Salakia. Verse 21. Salakia. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So when prices start to go down, the gas prices might be 50 cents a gallon. You know, it might the meat price might be $3 for a 4 quarter leg chicken, or four, some thighs. You know, the basic one. You start seeing the prices go cheap. You live in a good life. The Lord said, then those are the time when the evil is going to grow, right? But it's the point. Verse Verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that hate the hunger shall the sword destroy. So which one do you want? You want to die by the famine, or do you want to get killed in battle, or die by the sword? It's up to you. Basically, that's what the Lord offering, because you're not going to get saved because you lukewarm. You don't want to keep the commandments. You don't want to read. You don't know who the Lord is. So the Lord's giving you two options. You want to die by famine, or do you want to die by the sword? But come.
Come, I got a quick precept on that. No, this is not like brothers literally telling y'all, man. This is not how we want to die. No, we don't want to die by a damn famine. You don't want to starve to death, man. You don't want to die from not eating. It's plain, right? It's a famine, right? This is Isaiah chapter 7, the classic in verse 22. Well, it's lucky for 21. It shall come to pass in that day that a man shall nourish a young cow and two sheep. Right. So the same, you got the same damn farmers. They don't give a damn about one chicken, man, or a damn cow. Only one. They don't care about only one damn, sheep in this thing, man. No, but in those days, they're going to literally hold on to it like their life depends on it, man. Because in those days, it will. Right, verse 22, it shall come to pass for the abundance of milk that they shall give, he shall eat butter. For butter and honey shall everyone eat that is left in the land. right? And this is literally going to when we had a famine in Assyria. Hey, the Lord is going to require which is passed in America, man. Literally, damn milk is going to be just like you gone, man. You're not going to see milk on the damn street, you know. You're not going to see a damn piece of bread getting ate by a damn, seagull, man. You know, it's not going to happen like that. It's going to be a literal famine, man. You're not going to see a damn dog fighting over a chicken bone, man. You know, come on.
Right, Con's lucky. Yeah, you're not gonna if you have a piece of bread, man. You know how you might go to the park, you might give the bread to the seagull. Here, you know, you have like a whole loaf. You're not gonna be doing that in those days, man. You're gonna be like, tell that bird, bro. I'm gonna eat this bread. Con.
You're not gonna see a damn 80-year-old damn Edomite at the damn pond feeding the damn ducks. You know,
Yeah.
well, he's probably dead. Got robbed or something, right? But verse 23, it shall come to pass in that day that every place shall be where there were 1,000 vines at 1,000 silverlings, it shall even be for briars and thorns, man. So King Soup, well, I don't know if y'all got like a so-called King Supers, damn supermarket. That's gonna be like a damn corner store, but it's gonna be cleaned out. Damn Walmart is gonna be like damn the streets, man, cleaned out. Right, it's going to be a famine. People are going to starve to death. You're going to see thousands of bodies on the right and left hand side because they didn't eat. All because they couldn't get a piece of food. We don't want to die like that, man. It's fun.
That's right, man. Yeah, that inflation is crazy. Okay, the inflation is crazy. Now, what causes inflation? Right now, this a little economics right here. Right now, according to the law of supply and demand, right? So when there's less supply, but there's a high demand, that is the cause of inflation. There's not enough to go around, and there's a high demand, meaning consumers want that product that you have. So if you don't have enough, what are you going to do? You're going to raise the price, right? Right off the bat, you're going to raise the price if you don't have enough, and there's a high demand, right? Now that's called a shortage, okay, which is inflation. But on the flip side, if you have a low demand but a high amount, right, a high supply, that is what's called a surplus. So that's why certain companies would have a sale. Like for example, like McDonald's, certain fast food franchises, they may have a sale because they have a surplus. They have a lot of a certain product, and they have too much of a certain product, but not enough demand. So they're not selling as much as they would have. That's why they're saying, okay, hey, here's a sale for this week. You know what I'm saying? Two burgers for like damn $1. You know what I'm saying? And you had that going around. You literally let's go to second edge. Hey, there was a time when you can go into the store and buy a damn I don't know, like hey, you could buy a burger for like 25 cents, man. You can buy a burger for like 50 cents. It's a good burger too. Not talking about McDonald's, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could buy certain things for very reasonable price. Do you think people during the damn 1950s were suffering from inflation?
Right.
They didn't see that, man. And what about people during the damn, yeah, I don't know, right? When times was good for Esau, they weren't suffering for none of that. You know what I'm saying? They weren't affected by that. But now, literally throughout the whole world, you have inflation going on, the rising of prices, all this stuff, right? Now, if there's inflation and you can't buy as much, you don't have enough money, people are getting laid off from their jobs. What are you going to do? Right? There's going to be a famine that's being caused because, of course, the supply chain issues. Literally the ships are not coming to the ports, right? So if the ships are not coming, hey, guess what? You out of luck, as they say. You out of luck, man. It's too late. So it's lucky, right? I'm gonna get this precept, right? It's the book of Second Ezra's, right? Second Ezra's. I'm gonna go to Second Ezra's 15, right? Second Ezra chapter 15, at verse number 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. So the Lord is going to deliver us out of this place, man. Lord willing, we're part of that number. All right. But I'll bring them forth. So like, but I'll bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. So what are the plagues of the Lord? Plagues going into famine, pestilence, evil, right? Damn, all types of plagues, man. A plagues of demons, you know. Hey, the Lord, because the Lord can make man, let me get this precept real quick, right? And the Lord can even plague you with demons, you know. All right, that's why I have a picture pulled up too, man. Let me pull up this picture too. All right, it's madness. Watch this, right? I'm gonna get this precept first, but this is a book of Nahum. This is a book of Nahum, chapter 3, and verse number 13, right? It says, behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land shall be set wide upon, it's like it open unto thine enemies. The fire shall devour thy bars. So one of the reasons why the Lord is saying that the people that's in the midst of thee are women, he's not talking about just like actual literal women. He's talking about the men. They're acting as women. You know what I'm saying? Because they they're not man enough, right? They're being scared. You know what I'm saying? They're scared, right? So I'm gonna pull up this picture, right? This is how you know we're living in the end times, right? Right. So let me show on the screen. Right? What the hell is this? Right? You see this?
Man.
What in the hell is it? And he have Jake in the back. See that? So the Lord can plague you with demons. That's one of the plagues of the Lord. As much as you have famine, you have pestilence, you have war, you have inflation, all this stuff, the rising of prices. You have all these different plagues, and the Lord can also plague you with demons, demons of fornication, demons of homosexuality, and now you think that you're a damn dog. You see that? That's a demon working on your mind, bro. Make you think that you're a dog, right? And acting in that way. You know what I'm saying? Even being a homosexual, that's a demon on you. Man. That's a big demon, right? Causing you to believe that you are attracted to the opposite gender, right? Causing you to break your risk. You know, if you right, you know. But hey, that's the Lord. Hey, that's the power of the Lord, because hey, he's called the King of Terrors for a reason. Man. Okay, he's called the King of Terrors for a reason. Let me get that precept real quick. I'm gonna hand it off. This is the book of Job, chapter 18, verse 14, and it reads, "His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the King of Terrors." So who's the King of Terrors? Yahweh Bahah Shema Mashak Yahweh Shah, because literally he's the Father of spirits and the Father of everything. But really, he can control those plagues, right? That he's sending to Babylon the Great. So the Lord is smiting Egypt with the plagues, and that's one of them. Famine is one of them, right? And this is one of them too, right? God, yeah. And if you don't have any, because literally I read a article, well, not an article, but like a post that says that around 30% of like U.S. or like Babylon the Great identifies as LGBTQ. 30%, and that number is steadily rising. So if you have homosexuals in the earth, what's going to happen? There's not going to be any more people left, right? But
And that can happen during the famine. The Lord, when you get so hungry, you might start seeing things. You might start hallucinating. You might start seeing, what's it called? Is it admonitions or something like that? It says in Wisdom of Solomon. He's so hungry, you're gonna start seeing spirits. The Lord can bug you out, man. He can bug you out. I want to get this precept real quick in second address. Because what happens during a famine? Are you eating good? You got your favorite baked chicken, or got some mac and cheese and collard greens. you eating good with some young, Taylor Port on the side. That's not happening in a family. It's actually the complete. You're not eating anything, man. But this is book of Second, chapter 15 and verse 57. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. So it says your children shall die of hunger. If you have children, you may have a niece, you may have a nephew, you may have brothers with you, man. You may have sisters, you may have mom or dad, stepmom, whatever it is, and they're going to die by the famine. All right. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for every hunger of bread, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. So, hey man, a lot of people gonna be so thirsty, so hungry that they're gonna eat their own flesh. They're gonna eat their kids. They're gonna cannibalism is coming back in a big way, and God, the Most High forbid that's you. Lord willing, you keeping the commandments. You sincere. You're not doing any wickedness. Guess what? The Most High got you protected. But you got it.
Right. I didn't want to. I didn't want to get that classic, man. But we all know, that one in First Kings, with a woman and her friend literally ate the damn child, man. Cannibalism is gonna go on a probably a high rate, especially in Babylon the Great. Okay.
Like I believe that was 2 Kings 6.
Second King, come. Right.
Come.
Right, but it's plain. And look at America, though. That was back then. People weren't as wicked as Americans. They're not going to care, man. They're literally going to try to eat humans, all because of famines, right? I got this precept on what the brother just said, right? This is Ezekiel 14, and I'll read verse 19. Right? I'll read verse 18. Right, though these 3 men were in it, as I live, says the Lord God, they shall deliver neither sons nor daughter, but they only shall be delivered themselves. Right, and it's gonna. I'm just read on. Right, verse 19. Or if I send the pestilence into that land and pour out my fury upon it, in blood to cut off from it man and beast, though Noah, Daniel, and Job were in it, as I live, says the Lord, they shall neither deliver son nor daughter. They shall but deliver their own souls by their righteousness, man. So it's literally going to be only the righteous that get saved in those times, man. It's not going to be like no wicked man save 10 people, put them in a safe house, man. It's not going to go down like that, man. Just how it went down with Noah, Daniel, and Job. It's not going to go down like it's lucky. It's going to go down like that, man. We're not going to be able to save damn 10 people, man. We're only going to save ourselves according to our faith and works towards the Almighty, man. Right? Verse 21, for thus says the Lord God, how much more when I send my 4 sword judgments upon Jerusalem, the sword, the famine, and the noisome beast, and the pestilence to cut off from it man and beast. So it's plain upon tables. It's going to be a very few people that survive these plagues, man. Especially of Babylon the Great, the most wicked nation to ever be upon this earth. Every other nation, they got their judgment, but hey, this is the most wicked, and it's going to have the most judges, man. It's not just going to be you're going to be able to save 30 people, We're literally we're going to barely make it. The righteous shall be scarcely saved. Right, it says in Peter, but you got it.
That's right, man. I have this precept too about the famine. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 8. It shall be as when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth. So when a hungry man, he's looking for food, he can't find any. He's hungry as hell, and he goes to sleep. In his sleep, when he dreams, he's dreaming about eating. He's sitting down at the table, so much food there. It's like, damn, he's eating it. Tearing up. Let's say it's some lamb. He's eating that lamb up. It's tasting good. Got the wine over there. He has some bread over there. He's breaking the bread. He's eating. Maybe talking to other people. And in the dream, in the dream, he's eating good. When he wakes up, it says, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. He's like, damn, man, I just drank that. And now when he wakes up, his stomach is still growling. You see that? It says, or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh. And so a thirsty man, he may be wandering to and fro. Because remember, in Akim, right? let's because we fasted before, right, through the spirit. So which one is more heavier, right? Being thirsty, right? What hits you the most? The water, like the lack of water, or the lack of food?
Food. Me.
Okay, brother says food. What about you, Abaya?
Water.
It's water. You know, I'll say for the water for me too, right? Because it's really that water like that. Because it messes with your throat. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that water that really hits you. You know, because they say you can only survive about 3 days without water. You know, like the average man, of course. You know, and then after that, you know, you by the grace of the Most High, you live. But you know, after that, it's not going to look too good, right? So you need that water, but food, you don't need that as much as you need water. Feel me? So it says, whereas when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh. So in your dream, you may be drinking, you know, be chugging down damn Dasani water, or the Fiji water, might be drinking that. You know what I'm saying? But when you wake up, damn throws, damn coughing, you know, because you haven't drank anything, man. You know, so Lord, when that's not us, but that's going to be these nations for sure, right? Or when the thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint. It's like, damn, I can't even get up now. See, if you get too hungry, and you know, I watched that movie Into the Wild, go and kind of to sum it up, this Edomite, he went into the wilderness, the Alaskan wilderness by himself, right? The backwoods of Alaska, nobody's there. It's hella cold, right? And he went out there without sufficient clothing, no money or anything, right? He just with like just one backpack and that's it. You know, it's not you're not gonna yeah. But he was camping out in like a abandoned bus, right? And literally he died there because he was damn, you know, he, you you know, right, right. And in the movie, literally, he was hella skinny, right? He could barely walk. He could barely get up. If you're too hungry, you can't even get up. You don't even have that energy, right? So literally, you know, that's crazy. It says, "And behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul hath appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion." So you nations, that's you gonna experience that, man. You know, you nations that's living fat, you know, that's eating all the time. Hey, Moabites, they eat all the time, man. They never fast, man. Moabites, they never fast, right? They're always damn eating. Like, so what are you eating, bro? Damn, it's either some noodles, it's some rice, or some damn dog, right? If it's not dog, then it's damn rats, right? So these Moabites, they're always eating, you know. And so, hey, they're going to hit it. They're going to get it, right? They're going to feel that affliction, right? Hey, you too, Esau, right? You're gonna feel it too, all right? Especially you Babylonians, you damn obese, fat Babylonians that like to damn, you know, do damn mukbangs, right? You gonna feel it the most, con.
Yeah, people do this eating challenges. People eat. People take eating for granted. Like people, you really got people who has to go out and hunt and things of that nature. You know, make their food, gather vegetables and things of that nature. Who might not eat one day. You know, somewhere in the Middle East, somewhere in Africa or India. But people here doing mukbangs. Again, like I always say, you got Waffle House right next to your neighborhood, man. Or right across from Waffle House, you got KFC. Then you might have Longhorns down the street. You know, get a steak if you want to. You have all these different fat. You got 24-hour McDonald's. When you
Yeah,
get hungry at 3 in the morning, you might go to McDonald's to get a cheeseburger and things of that nature. They don't have that. They probably don't have that in India, man. A lot of people are dying right now in the famine. Look up Yemen. Look up Ethiopia, man. They're babies. Their ribs sticking out, man. But you
right.
got Americans fat. They can't walk. Their stomach overgo their kneecaps. They got to ride in a wheelchair because they can't walk because they're overweight. If they stand up, their legs might buckle and turn feeble. They might break their legs due to their weight, man. Right, and that's off. You know, Moses wasn't overweight. You know, Moses wasn't in a wheelchair because he was overweight. Abraham
Mm,
wasn't overweight. It was all men of they was fit because they knew how to control their diet. You had men fasting for 3 days. Look at Daniel. He had to fast for 3 days. You had Moses fast for 40 days and 40 nights. Yahushua fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. But people on the earth right now, they can't do that because they love to eat, 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 eat. They even turned it into a sport, right? I know y'all heard about Matt Stoney, right? All these different people, how to do eating competitions, right? And they stuff themselves like pigs. But let me
Right.
get a priest, right? Let me get a priest in Jeremiah 19 verse 9. And it reads, and I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters. They shall eat every one the flesh of their friend in the siege and straightness wherewith their enemies, and they that seek their life. Is it bad?
I was laughing at something else. Look.
Jeremiah 19 verse 9. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their enemies, of their sons, and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend, in the siege and straightness wherewith their enemies, and they that seek their lives shall strain them. Right? So a lot of people in a famine, yeah, like this dude right here, man, mukbang channel. That man, he's gonna be eating his own boyfriend flesh. It
Right.
might be one day he might be hungry. He's gonna start seeing apparitions. He's gonna start bugging out because he didn't eat in one day. And guess what? He's gonna be a cannibal, man. A lot of people gonna transfer into a cannibal. You're gonna be eating your own son, like it says in Second Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 24 and down. You're gonna be eating your own family member. It says your own friend. You may have a so-called day one friend. Guess what? You're gonna be boiling him in a pot with some seasoning, man. Right, like nothing ever happened. So, Con, you
Right.
got it.
That's off, man. Like,
Oh.
brother, brother said, hey, because hey, we fast. Like the brothers going on to we fast, man. It's not hard for us not to eat. We let me just get this precept, just to clarify. Yes, we fast, man. Yes, we starve ourselves, so called. Let me just
Mhm.
get this real fast, right? Job 23, right? In verse 12, neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. Right. So that Job was doing that, and that's what we do today. We esteem literally the most highest words more than our necessary food. The brothers may not eat for damn 20 hours, man. All because he was studying. Hey, this guy here, he can't go I would say an hour without consuming something in his mouth, man.
Right.
That's man, that's off, man. He probably can't go, 30 minutes without drinking something, man.
Mhm.
You know, this is why the Lord said this, right? Let me just get this precept. Right, Isaiah 10 and 15. Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith, or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it, as if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself as it were no wood. Here's the point. Therefore shall the Lord of hosts, sit among his fat ones, leanness, and under his glory he shall kindle a burning like the burning of a flame, or of a fire. Right? He's gonna want he might, they'll go 2 days and die, man. He might die off for 2 days, man.
Hey,
And
one.
he's hella skinny. Hey, right, one, man. He might give up the ghost off of 20 hours of not eating, man.
Right.
That's just plain. Right, but come, we got it.
Calm because that's when you watch his videos, you can tell how that it's demon, it's spirits working on his mind, and he just can't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like he's being oppressed by these spirits that's on him, man. It's just so many spirits on him. He just, it's like a damn legion on him, right? And it's like, let's go to Acts chapter 10 and verse 38. It says how God anointed Yahushua Nazareth with the Holy Spirit and with power, who went about doing good and healing all that were oppressed of the devil, for the Most High was with him. So this man is oppressed of the devil, right? Now we know that Yahushua, he was healing Israelites. This man is not an Israelite, all right? More than likely, this man is not an Israelite, right? He looks like stinky, damn homosexual pedophile Edomite, right? Nasty. Whew. Right? But literally, hey, this man is oppressed by demons. You can see it too, right? When you watch his videos. But basically, hey, I'm led to believe, as a man speaketh, that if all hell breaks loose and the famine comes and he can't eat, and those demons are like, hey, where's the food at? Right? And his body and his flesh is saying, hey, where's the food at? He hasn't gotten food in like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Hey, then 5 hours goes by, 6 hours goes by, and he never went this long. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this dude probably wakes up in the middle of the night and kind of goes up and then eats something and goes back to bed, bro. I guarantee you, he probably wakes up like in the middle of the night. So it's not even like a whole like 6 hours. It's not even like a whole 7. You know, it's like a 3, and then he has to get up, eat, and then go back to sleep, right? And then eat again. You know, hey, that's probably what he's doing. But literally, if those spirits could be plaguing his mind, and those demons could be on his mind so much that he would kill himself, man. All right, if he doesn't get that food in like 12 hours. Right? Yeah, hey, that could very well happen to this damn man. He would kill himself, right? Because like, I can't take it anymore. I need that food. The spirits are going to be plaguing his mind, right? And he might kill himself. Because when the spirits went, hey, real quick, like, let's go to the book of Mark, right? When the spirits went into the pigs, what happened? Let's go to Mark chapter Mark chapter 3, or Slack. Let me see. Here's 2. Come. Mark chapter 2. Wait. Hold on. Is it 5?
Yes, 5.
All right, come. What is it?
5 and 13. Mark 5 and 13.
Come, the water. Right. So this is the book of Mark, chapter 5, verse 12. And all the devils besought him, saying, send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. And forthwith Yahushua gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000 and were choked in the sea. See that? Hey, the swine in this case with damn Nikado avocado. That's madness, bro. With that man, he represents a swine. And so those demons will, plague his mind and move him and cause him to kill himself, man. Right? Or he might, like the brother say, he might start eating his damn man, right? And they might be eating each other, right? Or he might start cutting himself, right? Cutting himself open, cutting all that fat off, start eating that, It's bad. It's bad. Come on.
A lot of people the Lord gonna be turning a lot of people out. It's like cannibalism. People get turned out to homosexuality. A lot of people gonna be getting turned out to cannibalism, man. A lot of people are on what's called Weight Watcher, weight loss track right now. But hey, in that time, a lot of people be being cannibals. I want to get this real quick in Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 7. Tell me, O thou whom thy soul loveth, where thou feedest Slakia. Tell me, O thou whom thy soul loveth, where thou makest thy flock to rest at noon. For why should I be as one that turneth aside by the flocks of thy companions? And that's a question that everyone should be asking. Where do you feed your flocks at? Where are they going to be in the heat of the day? Because a lot of people, a lot of sheep, are going to be scattered, not in the shadow of the Lord, but in the sun. They're going to get scorched, and they're going to die of what? Of famine. But those sheep who follow the shepherd, they're going to be in the shadow, drinking the water. They're going to be eating the bread. They're going to be nourished in this thing. Let me get one more precept. So a lot of people got to repent, or else you're going to be caught out there. And there's nothing you can do. Once that door's shut, it's going to be too late. Because Psalm chapter 23 and verse 1, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. So the Lord is the one who leads you beside the still waters to give you what? Nutrition, to give you water, to nourish your soul. But in that day, on a physical level, if you're not keeping the commandments, the Lord going to destroy you by what? Either famine or the sword. You're not going to live. And dying by famine is very horrible. Well, I'm going to get one more precept too. I'm going to get one more precept. Psalm, I believe I want verse 63 and verse 1. All right, so last. This book of Psalm 63 and verse 1. And it reads, "O God, thou art my God, early will I seek thee." So David said he made haste. Hey, he early will I seek thee, man. Not right when all hell break loose. That's why I'm going to seek you. When I don't have anything to eat, that's why I'm going to pray to you. When I want something, I'm going to pray to you. I'm going to rub the little gold lamp thing and ask for a gift like you a genie. No, the Lord said, I will seek you early, man. Right now, we're seeking the Lord early, but when our door shut, it's going to be too late, right? My flesh longeth for thee in a dry and thirsty land where no water is. He says that his flesh longeth for thee in a dry and thirsty land where no water is. And that's really talking about his spirit. But how much more in that day when it's actually your flesh? When you haven't drank anything in 3 days. You can't drink the lake because that lake got dead bodies in it. It got parasites in it. You don't know how to start a fire. If you drink that lake water, you're going to die. You can't eat anything. Everything's defiled. You're going to die of a famine slowly and slowly and slowly. But if you trust in the Lord going to deliver you. He's going to keep you safe from the famine. And guess what? You got nothing to worry about, man. So come on.
Am I good? Is my audio good, yo?
Come.
Come on, was my audio good or
You was good. But like the brother just said, hey, if you're really on the right side of the Lord, He's not going to cause you to die by a damn famine, man. And look what He did to Elijah in the damn wilderness. I believe that was Elijah. Slucky. He damn fed him with damn ravens. No, literally, he got a damn raven out of the sky to feed him, huh? No, we're not going to have to worry. Like the brother said, right? It's the book of Job, chapter 5, the classic. And I'll read verse 19, right? He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. It's plain upon tables, right? It's very plain. In famine, the Lord's going to deliver you, man, because you're righteous, man. You have faith and works towards Him, man. The brother that's not, he never did the work. You never, hit the damn highways and byways, once or twice. He never did no videos. He never did any of those things. But that brother's not going to get saved from famine, huh? Because he doesn't have faith and works towards the Lord. The people that have faith and works towards the Lord are literally going to eat in those days, man. They might have some damn, bread cooped up for them wherever they go. Might be a damn checkpoint. The Lord gives you food. Damn random dog every time you at a new place, He gives you food. Things are going to happen like that, man. Because the Lord's not. Let me just get this real fast, like the brother said. But the Lord's not going to let anything happen to you if you're on His right side, right? It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon. Am I still good? Or come,
Sure.
come. Right, Wisdom of Solomon 17, Salaki, and verse 22. But snow and ice endured the fire and melted not, that they might know that the fire burning in hell and the sparkling in the rain did destroy the fruits of the enemies. But this again did even forget his own strength, that the righteous might be nourished. So things are going to forget its strength, man. You might have a dead tree, producing fruit for us to eat. Things are going to happen because the Lord wants the righteous well nourished in those times, man. All right, so lucky. I'm just getting one more. Whoa, man. I flip right to it. Right, Isaiah 32 in verse 15. Right, until the Spirit be poured upon us from high, and the wilderness be a fruitful field, and the fruitful field be accounted for a forest. Then judgment shall dwell in the wilderness, and righteousness remain in the fruitful field. Right, so the righteous are literally going to be in a fruitful field, man. That could be talking about anything. But in famine, we're literally going to be able to eat as righteous people. Right, verse 16. Right. So lucky verse 17, and the work of righteousness shall be peace, and the effect of righteousness, quietness and assurance forever. So we're going to be assured, man. Right? Only the righteous, though, as it keeps saying, verse 18, and my people shall dwell in a peaceable habitation, and in a sure dwellings in a quiet resting place. When it shall hail coming down on the forest, and the city shall be in a low place, blessed are ye that sow beside all waters, that send forth thither the feet of the ox and the ass, man. It's plain. So in those days, like literally the days of famine, pestilence, in the days of evil, the righteous will literally be in a peaceable habitation, man. They're going to have peace. then we're not going to have to worry about, damn, even though nowadays we do, but in those days, we're not going to have to worry about somebody robbing us, man. It's plain upon tables. We're going to be in a peaceable habitation. We're just going to know, man. It's going to be supernatural. It's not going to be in our power. If we have faith and work toward the Lord. Come.
That relates also to the precept in Jeremiah. When it says, that when they were looking for Jeremiah, they couldn't find him, for the Lord hid him. So the Lord, he can hide you, right, in that secret place. The Esau's coming in like a flood, or it's coming in with the guns. All right, where's the black Hebrew Israelites at? Right, where the damn, he start calling you a damn N-word, the GGER, right, with the damn, hey, the Lord, he can hide you somewhere, man. We never know what the Lord has in store for us, right? As long as you believe in the Lord, have faith in him, right? And doubt not, ye shall be saved, man, right? But it says what? It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37, and verse 19. It says, I'm sorry, verse 18. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time. So not going to be ashamed in the evil time, right? So like the brothers already bring this up. Okay, come. Right? It says they should not be ashamed in the evil time, right? And in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. So if you believe in the Lord and you're part of the Lord's elect, right? You're part of the Lord's sheep, man, and you're going to be fed, right? Why wouldn't if a shepherd, if the Lord said he's a good shepherd, right? Let's get that precept, right? The Lord is the good shepherd, and you're his sheep. Why in the hell would he not feed you, right? That doesn't make any sense. That wouldn't make him a good shepherd then, right? This is the book of John, chapter 10, and verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. So the good shepherd, he gives his life for the sheep. He puts his life down on the line for some sheep, right? And we know that sheep is talking about the nation of Israel. But Yahweh Shai, that's how much he loves his sheep. So why in the hell would he suffer you to die in a famine, right? If you're part of the Lord's sheep, doesn't make any sense. If he's going to give his damn life, right? Or not damn life, but if he's going to give his life for you, for the sheep, why in the hell would he not feed you, right? Feeding you, that's something that should be right off the bat, right? He's going to, like how the brother said or he brought out in the book of Song of Solomon, right? Chapter 2, where it's like chapter 1, I believe, right? But basically, where is the Lord going to bring his flock to feed? Where is it going to be at? I'm trying to go there, right? Let's go to Psalm chapter 23. And the Lord, he's going to feed you in that day. Psalm chapter 23 and verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Meaning you're not going to lack anything. If the Lord is your shepherd, you're not going to lack anything. That's what that means, I shall not want. You're not going to lack the necessities that you need, right? You're going to be filled. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters, right? And that's on a physical and spiritual level. Like how TAZAIYAR was saying, you never know, a spirit could lead you to water, right? You could be praying to the Most High, and then you hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk you in it. That's literally in the book of Isaiah, right? A spirit could say that to you. Or you could think a thought and be like, hey, I'm gonna just go this way. Spirit just telling you to go this way. And you go there and you find an abundance of food and water. That could happen, man. We never know what the Lord has in store for us, right? Or you can be walking in the wilderness and you see a chariot come out of nowhere, right? And it's leading you, just like how that star led, the 3 wise men, right, to Yahweh Shai. That's not just a star, you know what I'm saying? Just like a star in the sky, right? Oh, look at that star. Well, it's kind of coming. Let's just follow the star. You know what I'm saying? It's nighttime, right? So there's plenty of other stars in the sky. But then they just followed that. They just followed that star. How come they didn't follow the other star? You know what I'm saying? But that's how you know it's talking about a chariot, a so-called UFO. Yes, it's talking about a UFO, right? You have some certain brothers saying the chariot is not the UFOs, right? But that's a different topic, man, right? But Yes, it's a so-called UFO, but it's a chariot, man, and you would never know that chariot could literally lead you to food and water, right? It says, "He maketh me to lie down in the green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters." And really, that's going into spiritually, on a spiritual level, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? This Bible, this knowledge, right? But I'm skip down real quick. Verse 5. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. This scripture is really like fourfold. But on one fold, literally, the Lord can prepare a table before you in the days of evil, right? And have a table set for you, right? Of abundance of food and water. All right, but
Yeah, we gotta understand that we keeping the commandments. We serve the Lord. We serve the Lord wholeheartedly. We studying. We believe in Yahweh with our works. The Lord gonna protect us in these last days, man. In the famine and so-called World War III, Jacob's trouble. It even tells you in the hour of temptation, He's gonna keep you from the hour of temptation because you kept the word of His patience. Paraphrasing, man. Right.
mm-hmm.
So let me get this real quick in Psalm 91 and verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. What's the secret place? This truth. If you're in a secret place 24/7, right? Guess what? The Lord going to keep you safe from the famine, from the pestilence, from the sword flying, the nuclear thermal missiles going to and fro. He's going to keep you away from cannibalism. He's going to keep you away from these hunters and predators. In those days, he's going to keep you away from all of that and keep you safe. I'm going to jump down to verse 6. Nor for the pestilence. I'll start at verse 5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. What's that arrow? Those ICBM missiles flying to and fro. Verse 6. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. What's noonday? Noonday is when the sun is at its highest peak. It's very hot, right? That's why that shadow is very beneficial as to what to hide you from the sun. On the spiritual level, at noonday, that's when judgment begins. Famine, the second coming of the Lord, Jacob's trouble. That's noonday when judgment starts to go forth. But if you're out in the sun, guess what? You're going to burn up and die in that judgment. But if you're in the shadow of the Almighty, guess what? You're going to be kept from the sun. You're going to be sipping. You're going to be not going to be dehydrated. You're going to be sipping some water. You're going to be eating. Let me get another precept real quick because we can't forget how our forefathers were delivered. Like how Elijah, he was fed by a raven. How I'm gonna get this one real quick and open it's First Kings or Second Kings, First Kings, Salak 18. How Obadiah he fed these men by 50 in a cave, man. You might meet somebody in the wilderness in a famine and they feed you. You never know what the Lord can do for you, right? This First Kings chapter 18 and verse 2, and it reads, absolutely, yeah, in verse 2, and Elijah went to shew himself unto Ahab, and there was a sore famine in Samaria. So there's going to be a sore famine in Babylon, Russia, China. There's going to be a sore famine all over the place, right? Verse 3, and Ahab called Obadiah, which was the governor of his house. Now Obadiah feared the Lord greatly. For it was so, when Jezebel cut off the prophets of the Lord, that Obadiah took 100 prophets and hid them by 50 in a cave and fed them with bread and water. You see that? So you might have a servant of the Lord. He might meet you he might meet you during the famine in the wilderness. He might have food and water. He might be blessed with that. He give it to you and he feeds you because the Lord through the Spirit he directed you toward him. You probably live in California. You probably live in Colorado, Georgia, wherever. But during the time of Jacob's trouble, you might go all the way to North Carolina, and guess what? You meet somebody, he takes care of you the whole time, right? He feeds
Yeah.
you and things. So you never know what's going to happen in that famine. But one thing you do know what's going to happen if you're not keeping the law, statute, commandments, the Lord going to destroy you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, you're not keeping the. Hey, we know that for sure, man. You're not abiding in the shadow of Almighty. You're not being the servant of the Lord. You're gonna be hungry in that day. You know, guarantee you. You're gonna be hungry. You're gonna be starving. You're gonna be damn faint. Be like, hey, all of that, man. Right, all of that. Come. I got this preacher real quick. TAZAIYAR, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 11. It says, right? Hey, I'm gonna start with 10. It says, uh, nah, that's all right. Yeah, I'll start verse 10. It says, "Thus saith the Lord unto this people, thus have they loved to wander, they have not refrained their feet. Therefore the Lord doth not accept them. He will now remember their iniquity and visit their sins." See, that's the one thing you don't want the Lord to do, right? That's the one thing, right? You don't want the Lord to do, right? For him to remember your sins, right? Because the Lord said that. Let's get that in the book of Second Ezra real quick, right? It's the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15. It's like not 15, 16. Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 63. 60 come. Surely he knoweth your inventions. He said what?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, come. Surely he knoweth your inventions and what you think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. Stop hiding your sin, man. We gotta stop hiding our sins, right? Literally, you might be a person in the world and you trying to come to the truth and you're not even confessing your sins. You know, you just like, the Lord, I don't have to confess it. Do I really have to say it? Yes, you really have to say it, man. You really have to come out to the Lord and confess that sin. You know, it says, stop trying to sweep that sin on the rug, right? Verse 64. Therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame. And when your sins are brought forth, ye shall be ashamed before men, and your own sins shall be your accusers in that day. So your own sins are going to be your accusers in that day. And you don't want that to happen, man. You want the blood of Yahweh to cover you, right? But if you reject the blood of Yahweh, then guess what? Nothing's going to cover you. And your own sins are going to be your accusers in that day, right? If you reject Yahweh by what? Being evil, rejecting the truth, right? Rejecting the law, statutes, commandments. That's how you reject Yahweh Shah, right? If you walk past the camp, maybe like a mighty brother like TAZAIYAR is bringing it out, AHBAYAH is bringing it out, and then he's trying to call out onto you, and you just walk past him, kind of take out your earbud, you be like, what? And you just kind of put it back in, right? Kind of, right? And he walking on some damn expensive ass shoes, some new Yeezys, right? You got some new Yeezys on, right? You dressing in the latest attire, like take out your AirPods Pro. Said what? Yeah, that's what I thought, right? Kind of put it back in. Sorry, hey, just walks off. And that brother, that brother, if he doesn't repent, he's not gonna make it. All right. And his own sins are going to be his accusers in that day. His own actions are going to condemn him. Because the Lord's going to bring that account up. Hey, why did you walk past my servants, man? And deem my word as not, you know? But come.
Good. Well, if you got the precept, you can bring it up.
Are you straight?
I'm good.
Are you straight?
All right. Well, I just got a quick precept. I'm trying to get it out as fast as I can. Right. It's Micah chapter 2 in verse 12. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will put them together as a sheep of Basra. Hold on, bro.
You straight, King?
It's like the song, bro. If they hear it, it's mad. It's madness. All right.
I'll read it for him now.
No, that's all
Just
right.
put the.
It's cool. I'm just getting it out real fast, right? I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather thee, the remnant of Israel. I will put them together as the sheep of Basra, as the flock in the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by the reason of the multitude of men. And that's what the Lord is doing in the last days. He's literally gathering the remnant of Israel, man. The people that are willing to actually, withhold this wisdom and push it forth towards the world, they're all together. We're going to be together in the famines, man, the pestilence. And all these things, most high willing, it's literally the brothers you see, we're going to be together, man. It's plain, right? Verse 13, the breaker is come up before them. They have broken up and have passed through the gate and are gone out by it, and their king shall pass before them, the Lord on the head of them. Right. So in these days, and that's literally talking about the last days. But hey, in these days, we're literally, breaking, people that break our people, man. We're damn getting in their minds that, okay, we got a king for us, man. We got a savior that's coming for us, man. And we're gathered up in the midst. Let me just get that real fast. I'm trying to get it. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse number 15, I believe. Right? Salaki. Isaiah 19, Salaki, verse 18. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan and swear to the Lord of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction. And that's literally what the Most High, he gathered his sheep, and that's literally what the sheep are doing, man. We're making great noise in Babylon, man. It's plain. And we're literally trying to help our people before everything all hell breaks loose, man. And that's all we're doing. We're not just, screaming for no reason. We're not calling our people for no reason, man. This is literally all for you to be damn saved, man. It's plain. That's why we have to earnestly do this. Well, that's why we earnestly, teach as well. Not for not for the gospel of Most High only, but also for our own souls. As it says in 1 Thessalonians 2:7. Come on. What is that?
God. God, that's right. Hey, I have a precept too. Right? It's Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 15. Right? It says, therefore, thus said the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. Man, that's a fire precept, man. Because literally, you have certain Christians saying, you might tell this prophecy to the Christians, hey, you got to repent, you got to keep the commandments, to abide on the shadow of Almighty, and the righteous, and the Lord is not going to suffer the righteous to be moved. You know what I'm saying? You quote all these precepts about how, being righteous and being delivered from that famine. Because you have to be righteous to be delivered from that famine, man. That's coming. From all the troubles that's coming, you know? But, the Christian might be like, hey, I'm not trying to hear that. Hey, the Lord is about peace now. Hey, yeah, that was the God of the Old Testament, but the God of the New Testament is much nicer. He's not going to let that happen, right? Right? Hey, certain Christians think that. Some Christians think that the Lord changed, man. Hey, what did the Lord say in Malachi 3:6? For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. The Lord does not change, man. It's the same God, the same message throughout the whole scriptures, right? So what are you talking about, right? Now, hey, the God of the Old Testament, he was a little mean back then, but now he's nicer, you know. Now it's about love, brother. It's not about famine, right? What are you talking about, famine? And he he dips off, and then buys like a damn pork sandwich, man. Right? But it says what, verse 16, and the people. So the same people saying, "Hey, no, there's not gonna be a famine. There's not gonna be a famine." Right? Those same people that are saying that, hey, the famine's gonna consume you, right? And the people to whom they prophesy shall be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword. You're gonna be cast out of the streets, right? You're gonna be damn in the streets begging every man that walks by, right? For food, for water, for anything, you know? Gonna be begging damn Esau, right? It says what? Because of the famine and the sword, and they shall have none to bury them, their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters, for I will pour their wickedness upon them. The Lord says he's going to pour his wickedness upon them, man. And there's not going to be anybody to bury them. Nobody. And we know that in the Hebrew culture, if you're not buried, hey, that's work. That's that's a shame. If you're not buried, that's a shame. Your body just laying out there. That's why Tobit was out when during the persecution or during the time of the captivity, right, of the Assyrians. He was burying his people because it was a shame for us to be just laying out there like that, right, and not buried. So literally, 2/3. Not to say that we're definitely the 1/3, but 2/3 of Israelites. There's not going to be people to bury them. you know. And sometimes we may not have the time to bury every Israelite that we see, you know. You might be running and literally people around you are getting killed. Right? Are you going to go back and start burying them? No, you're going to keep it. You're going to keep going, right? But
That was it for me. We can move on to the next one. Next topic. Unless I got more precepts.
yeah, we can move on. We can move on. Kind of drawing on to 2 hours. So yeah. So the next topic we want to go into is warfare. So World War III, because World War III is imminent. All right, World War III is imminent. I was talking to a history teacher, like a week ago or something like, or 2 weeks ago, and I said, "You think World War III is going to happen?" And I said, "You think World War III is possible?" He said, "Possible, yes. Likely, no." I was like, "See, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on, right? Because a World War III is likely to happen very, very soon, man. You just wait and see, right? Because you literally have China wanting to go to war with Taiwan. There's only one thing that there's only like two things that's stopping China from invading Taiwan right now, right? Taiwan's allies, of course, and nuclear weapons, right? Nukes, literally, nukes is the reason why a lot of countries have not gone to war yet. Because if they go to war with this other country, right? Since America, India, China, Russia, these world powers, Iran doesn't have nukes, but they have ICBMs, right? I believe Israel has nukes too, right? I believe certain nations within the EU, they have nuclear weapons. So if you go to war with them, guess what they can use? Those nukes. You can't just like in the damn video games, you kind of shoot at the missile, it kind of blows up in the air. You can't do that with the damn nuke. You know, it's going to come down literally and destroy your whole city, bro, and destroy like 30 million of your people. So are you willing to sacrifice that many of your people? Right, but hey, that's going to come though. The Lord is going to stir up those spirits. Right, it's like let me get one precept now. I'm gonna hand it off. All right. This is a book of Revelation, right? Chapter 16 and verse number 13. And I saw three spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon and of the mouth of the beast and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to battle that great day of God Almighty. You see that? This spirits of devils working miracles. You see that? So they're stirring up, the Lord is stirring up these spirits in the mind of these men to warfare, and to gather them to the great day of God Almighty, to the battle of Armageddon, which is the last battle. Come
I got a precept real quick. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. So when destruction comes, a lot of people gonna be seeking peace, and there's gonna be no peace. You're gonna look to your left hand, a famine. You're going to look to your right hand, a pestilence. You'll look, toward, in the front, it's gonna be World War III, right? You're gonna look behind you, an earthquake, all hell breaking loose. You're gonna see dead bodies. All these things gonna be happening, right? Verse 26. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then the Lord say in Matthew 24, that should be rumor of wars. Don't you have all these things brewing up right now? Right? That's how you know we're in the last days. These countries, these different kingdoms, they're getting ready for the battle of Armageddon. They're stocking up on nuclear missile. They're stocking up on weapons, armor, right? Weaponry and things of that nature to get ready for World War III. You just can't go to war. You have to count the cost. And that's what they're doing. They're counting the cost, making sure they have enough soldiers, enough war helicopters, enough planes and jets to go to war, right? Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet. So the Lord prophesied that these so-called common people, they're going to seek a vision of the prophet. When all hell break loose, the Lord starts to withdraw his spiritual knowledge and things of that nature. A lot of people all hell going to be breaking loose, running to and fro, because they're not going to know what's going on. But guess what? The Lord going to have them remember what their brother Yasharala said. A famine is coming. The Lord going to have them remember what their brother TAZAIYAR said, that all hell is about to break loose. You got to repent. They're gonna remember that. They're gonna be looking for y'all, for you who's watching this. They're gonna be looking for you. And guess what? They won't be able to find you. It's gonna be too late. They're gonna seek a prophet, but they won't find them, right? But
Right.
the law shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancients, right? The king shall mourn, and the prince shall be clothed with desolation, and the hands of the people of the land shall be troubled. So everybody's hand, they're gonna be like this. They're gonna be feeble. They're gonna be nervous. Even the policemen, your mighty man, they're gonna be very nervous people. Ain't no calling 911 when someone's busting down your door. Guess what? That 911 person, the officer, guess what? He got a family to protect too, right? I will do unto them after their way, and according to their deserts will I judge them. They shall know that I am the Lord. So wherever you put out, that's what the Lord gonna give to you. Because you got it.
Con, right? That's a good point, right? And I'm gonna just get this quick precept, right? In Amos chapter 2, right? Like the brother just said, they're not gonna be able to, actually win the war, man. But they're gonna have the intentions to defeat, whoever is going to war is gonna have the intentions to, basically take over the damn world. And they're not gonna be able to do that. Just the book of Amos chapter 2 in I'll read verse 13. Behold, I am pressed under you as a cart is pressed that is full of sheaves. Therefore, the flight shall perish from the swift, and the strong shall not strengthen his force. Neither shall the mighty deliver himself. Right. So, like the brother just says, it's not going to be, everybody who's in the military is going to be, the safest ones. No, they're going to be the ones that's most in danger, right? Because they're literally going to be in the fight with literally the God of heaven and earth. Right. Verse 15. Neither shall he stand that handeth the bow, and he that is swift of foot shall not deliver himself. Neither shall he that rideth the horse deliver himself. And he that is courageous among the mighty shall flee away naked in that day, says the Lord. Right, so the mighty ones are not going to be as mighty in those days, man. You may think, damn, the Rock is going to, damn, catch 1,000 bodies, man, like he damn King David. No, but he's not gonna. He's probably gonna be one of the first to die, man. One missile, and a lot of mighty men are gonna die. It's plain. Right? I'm gonna just read that last part again, right? And he that is courageous among the mighty, right? Among the mightiest men, there's gonna be somebody that's very courageous. And he's gonna think he could literally take down Yahweh, as it says in the book of Ezekiel 38. He's gonna fight against the Israelites, man, and he's gonna die. All because he thought he was, mighty in this thing. Everybody is just going to, all the mighty ones, you got China, they're not going to put no damage in. No, everybody's not going to put no damage in other than Yahweh Shah. It's playing in World War III.
God. I got this precept, right? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, and verse 26. And he will lift up an ensign to the nations from far, and will hiss unto them from the end of the earth. Behold, they shall come with speed swiftly. So they're going to come from the ends of the earth, man. They're going to come from China. They're going to come from India. They're going to come from Russia. They're going to come from America, right? And literally gather together in the place of the valley of Armageddon, or Salakia Khan, in the valley of Megiddo, which is also known as the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, right? As you can read in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, right? As well as Zechariah, the 14th chapter, I believe, right? So literally that day is coming. And the Lord is going to lift up that ensign. They're going to come from the ends of the earth speedily, right? They're not going to take their sweet time, right? It's not going to take them damn 6 months to get there, right? Because the Lord is hastening the days for the elect's sake. Because if he doesn't, there shall no flesh be saved, right? Verse 27, none shall be weary, nor stumble amongst them. None shall slumber nor sleep, neither shall the girdle of their loins be loose, nor the latchet of their shoes be broken. So, and remember, this is like a twofold prophecy, right? In its original context, is going into the nations that the Lord was using against the nation of Israel, like the Assyrians, right, the Egyptians, etc., right, and all these other nations. But we can also apply this because remember we know that the Lord requires that which is past, right? We can also apply it to now. Verse 28, whose arrows are sharp, So those missiles, hey, they're sharp. If you have ears to hear, the arrows is going into the missiles, right? Whose arrows are sharp, and all their bows bend, right? Their horses' hooves shall be counted like flint, like flint. That's how fast the damn jeeps are going to be going. You know, the tanks are going to be going at a fast pace. You know, the land vehicles, they're going to be going at a fast pace. That's your modern day horse, because nobody's really riding horses nowadays. You know, well, sometimes in Atlanta, but that's that's not what the Lord's talking about right there, right? It's not, the Lord's not talking about the damn Amish, right? He put up on the damn pull up on a chariot, like an actual chariot, right? But no, hey, the modern day horse will be talking about what? Your military vehicles, land vehicles, like the Jeeps, you know what I'm saying? The tanks, you know what I'm saying? Right? They're going to be kind of like flint. They're going to be going fast. And their wheels like a whirlwind. Their roaring shall be like a lion. They shall roar like young lions. Yea, they shall roar and lay hold of their prey, and shall carry it away safe, and none shall deliver it. So just like how a lion carries his prey and has a damn let's say it's a damn like a hyena in his damn mouth, ain't nobody's getting that away from him. You can't take that away from him. The force and the strength of his teeth and his jaw is clenching on that damn prey. You can't escape, you know. So likewise with these other nations. Come.
Come on, I'm gonna get Revelation 17 verse 16 real quick. It reads, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." The reason why I'm bringing this out is the 10 horns and these other countries, these other nations, they're going to hate America, and they're going to be the partakers of destroying who? America. All these different countries, yeah, America so-called got the military might now, but China going to overtake them, Russia going to overtake them. Hey, all hell going to break loose. It's lucky. He left the computer. I sent him a message and he can pull up on the screen or something, for y'all to see. But basically, a lot of people, they're leaving NATO. A lot of countries are contemplating. A lot of people left NATO, like Russia, for example, left NATO. So that means they're not in the same agreement as they had before, because Russia going to be main partakers of destroying Babylon. Let's get that real quick. Let's get that in Jeremiah. That's prophecy. Prophecy is coming to pass slowly but surely, but it's hasty and quickly coming to pass. Let's look at Jeremiah. Again, you're not going to see Russia in the Bible. You're not going to see America. You're not going to see the names of these kings. You're not going to see China in the Bible, but you will see Asia. You will see that. You will see the Medes. You will see all these. You gotta have spiritual discernment, and you gotta have your eyes anointed with eye salve to know what's going on. But this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 11, and it reads, "Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple." You see that? The Medes are talking about Russia. The Lord's going to stir up the Medes, stir up the spirit of Russia to destroy Babylon, which is America, aka the reason why they left NATO. Right? Do you have that picture or thing I sent you, Yasharala? You're on mute.
Slakia, what'd you send it on?
Message.
Uh,
If you can pull it up or not. It's like different countries contemplating to leave NATO. And all
okay.
these countries contemplating to leave NATO, those are the so-called allies with America, like France, for example. Great Britain. I think Great Britain already left, though, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Let me see. Can't really see that. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you got France, Greece, Iceland, Montenegro, Netherlands, Romania, Turkey, United Kingdom, right? You see that? Some are part of the EU, which are the 10 horns, and some not. But all these countries, I think the UK already left NATO, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But all
Yeah.
these countries are contemplating to leave the NATO, right? Because those are going to be the main partakers to destroy Babylon, like it says in Revelation 17, verse 16. And that's all prophesied in the Bible. So that's how we know the Lord is not a liar. But we're going to keep going though. Jeremiah
Right.
51. I'm gonna Jeremiah 51, jump to verse 27, and it reads, "Set ye up a standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations, prepare the nations against her, call together against her the kingdoms of a rat. A rat would be Turkey, Mene would be Armenia, and Ashkenaz would be Germany. But it says, call together against her the kingdoms of a rat, Mene, and Ashkenaz, appoint a captain against her, cause the horses to come up after rough caterpillars. So the Lord's saying is in prophecy that Turkey, Armenia, Germany are all going to destroy them. I think Turkey was on that and Germany was on there. I believe so. Or it might be on another website. I could be wrong. Or I could be wrong. But it's all prophesied that these kingdoms will destroy Babylon too, right? Verse 28. Compare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes. Again, Russia. Russia would be the Medes. Again, Russia left NATO because the Lord slowly but surely stirring up the spirit of Russia to hate that whore. The same way have the 10 horns hate the whore. Russia hate the whore too. The captains thereof and all the rulers thereof and all the land of his dominion. And the land shall tremble in sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord shall be performed against Babylon to make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant. Right? Because the Lord want to use all these different nations to create ICBM missiles and other weapons to destroy this place with fire and brimstone. Right? Verse 30, just the point. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. I mean, they're scared to go to your mighty man, whether it be your again Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but your generals and things of that nature, they're gonna be scared to fight, right? You got these Confederates who's all about America, who's all about what's called white supremacist, white power. But when it's time to fight, they're gonna be shaking in their boots, right? It
Yeah.
reads, their might have failed. They became as woman. The Lord said they're gonna be so scared, they're gonna become like a female, man.
Right.
Have burned her dwelling places, her bars are broken. So the Lord's basically the Lord saying, "Hey, get ready for war," because the Lord stirring up these different nations for Babylon to get destroyed by. But Khan, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. You got it, Yasharala.
Gone. Right. I want to get verse 31. Jeremiah 30. It's lucky. Jeremiah 51 and verse 31. Right. It says, one post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end. So who are these who is the one post? Right, the one post running to it's like one post and one messenger. One post is talking about a messenger, right? And basically, you watch the movies, it could also be going into those guys, with the headset on, right? And they have like the microphone, they're working on the things, right? And they're like, see, there's nothing we can do. And then he's telling the king of Babylon, which would be like the president, these the elites, basically the people that govern the society, the governors, the generals. Hey, there's a missile headed right now to New York City. A nuclear, the Chinese nuclear missile headed to New York City right now. What should we do? All right. Hey, literally, there's nothing you can do about that. You can't stop it, right? You can't stop that missile. So it's literally all you can do is just prepare for the impact, man. And that's going to kill so many people. New York City has one of the biggest populations in the whole world, right? A people. There's a lot of Israelites there, a lot of Israelites. There's a lot of heathen there as well, right? So, it's all to the spirit of the Most High, right? But, Khan,
Khan, I'll hop in there again, man. I think the brother TAZAIYAR jammed up. Second Edge chapter 15, and I'll start at verse. Let me see. Second Ezra chapter 15, now start at verse 13, and it reads, "And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid." So when battles happening in the Middle East, all hell will be breaking loose in the Middle East, but all of a sudden it's going to come to Babylon too. They're going to be fighting in the Middle East, and something's going to happen because you got different battlefronts. You're going to have some in the Middle East, you might have some in China, Russia. You're going to have different battlefronts, but the main war is
right,
going to be in the Middle East. But you're also gonna have battles happening in where? America. So it's gonna go steadfastly into Babylon, right? Verse 44. They shall come to her and besiege her. The star and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all they that be about her shall bewail her. So basically, they're going to wait. Basically, they're going to waste Babylon. They're going, destroy her with missiles. They're going to just destroy her and have no mercy upon her, right? Because really, it's of the Lord. So like in verse 45. And they that remain under her shall do service unto them that have put her in fear. And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person, will be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. So this Asia is really talking about China. Asia is talking about China. That's how you know this Bible is real, because it's not you're not going to see China in the Bible. Again, you're not going to see Russia in the Bible. You're not going to see America in the Bible, but you do have to have your spiritual eyes salve, anointed.
Right.
Let me see. That's really it, because it really goes into the destruction of Asia. But my whole point is Babylon. Babylon going to get destroyed, right?
Come
Because
that's right. Hey, I got a precept too in the book of Revelation. All right, let's go to Revelation chapter 18 and verse number 9. Right? And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So that hour is not a literal hour. It's not a literal 60 minutes, right? That hour is just talking about what it's a representation of a very short time. So in a speedy time, speedily shall this nation, America, Babylon the Great, fall. Is going to fall very, very speedily, right? That's what that hour is. Is going into, right? A very speedy time in this verse, right? Salakia. It says, yeah. Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And what's going to cause America to fall so fast? Those missiles, right? Those missiles is what's going to make America go from being great to being nothing in a matter of instance, right? Those missiles, man, because it's going to be desolate out here, right? Let me get a precept on that. Let's look at Isaiah. Let's look at Isaiah chapter, let me see here. God, Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 11. Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. See that? And the Lord have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land. So there's going to be a great forsaking. And there's going to be, the Lord said, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant. If you survive that Jacob's trouble, like how the Lord said in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, right? 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, verse 3, or Khan, it's a good precept too. It says, "In the land that thou seest now to have root, shalt thou see wasted suddenly." So how's the land that has root? What does that mean? You see the stores, right? You're passing by the Walmarts, you're passing by the supermarkets, you're passing by the malls. Hey, this land has root. The traffic lights and whatnot. The metro. You can take the train if you want. You can go into this restaurant if you want. You can go into this, right? You can get a car. This land has root right now, but this land that we see that have root is going to be wasted suddenly like that. Verse 4. But if the Most High grant thee to live, and we want the Most High to grant us to live, man. If the Lord will, thou shalt see after the third trumpet. What's the third trumpet? See, that's when you need to link it up with Revelation, right? Chapter 8 and verse 10 on down, right? That's the third trumpet going into the star called wormwood, which is going into a missile, right? A certain ICBM missile. Thou shalt see after the third trumpet that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day, meaning your hope in the Lord is far, far exceedingly great. Because if you live after the third trumpet, you have a high chance of survival, man. right? Because you lived after the third trumpet, you know, meaning out of all the persecution. Because hey, after the third trumpet, hey, the fifth seal has to happen. That's the persecution of the saints. So the fifth seal, then you got the sixth seal, which is talking about the nuclear, the bombs, right, dropping. Then you got the seventh seal, which opens those other seven trumpets. You got the first trumpet, the second trumpet, and the third trumpet. And if you survive that, hey, your hope in the Lord will be exceedingly great, you know. But it says what, right? Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 11. Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. Right? So this land, America, Babylon the Great, is going to be utterly desolate. Come.
Matthew chapter 24. Let me get the class real quick. Matthew 24 and verse 6. And it reads, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So that's the Lord speaking, man. We're going to have rumors of wars, but it's not the end. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And that's happening right now. You can look up earthquakes, famines, pestilences in different countries. Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So we're living in the beginning of sorrows right now. We're not living in a time of Adam. We're not living in a time of Abraham, Moses. We're not in a time of First Kings or Second Kings. We're in a time of the end times. I'm gonna get one more precept. Because when all hell breaks loose and that alarm goes off, that siren goes off, you know what siren I'm talking about. It's gonna be too late. You can't make a video, do a breakdown. There's no repenting in that day. The door's gonna be shut. It's gonna be way too late. You had your chance. But this Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. So those are alarms going to be going off in these different countries when that wars kick off, when that famine kicks off, when Jacob's trouble kick off. The alarm going to be going up, and when that alarm start going, ain't no I wish I did this, that, and the third. It's going to be too late. Ain't no one warned me. Guess what? The Lord's warning you right now, man. But
Khan, that's right, man. That's right. Khan. Hey, let's go to yeah, it's no more, woulda, should, could have that day. Hey, there might be some brothers, and God forbid it's us, but it's literally a missile coming to the city, right? And landing, and then boom, they hear that explosion, and they're like, "Damn, I wish, shoulda, could." Like, no, bro, it's it's too late. Man. It's too late, because the Lord, how, you know, hey, let me get this precept right. Oh yeah, real quick, I forgot to bring this out, but this is Isaiah 8 and 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to his word, is because there's no light in them. And they shall pass through it, heartily bestead and hungry. And it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves and curse their king and their God and look upward. You see that? So when people are hungry, they're damn desolate. All hell's breaking loose. World War III is on the rise. It's it looks like there's no hope. They're gonna look up. They're gonna start cursing the Most High, right? That's what it says. They shall fret themselves, like they start bugging out and curse their king and their God and look upward. See, they're gonna curse Yahweh Shah. They're gonna curse the Most High, right? And look upward. And they shall look unto the earth and behold trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness. So in the days of evil, in the days of all hell breaking loose, people are going to be driven to darkness. They're going to be driven to their madness. They're going to be driven to their iniquity and their wickedness, right? They're going to do they're going to do whatever, right? There's no rules, right? people, men, they're going to be as beasts in that day. Right? Let's go to Second Ezra chapter 16. Right? Well, this is not really pertaining on to World War III, but hey, even in World War III, there's not going to be any rules, right? So, literally, it's going to be all hell, right? And some brothers may be drafted, right? Lord willing, that's not in the truth, but brothers that's in the world, they might be drafted, man. They will have to go through that. Second Ezra chapter 16, and I'm pretty sure if you go over there, right, to Israel and you fight that war, you're not coming back, right? You're not coming back, man. Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 69. And they shall consent unto them, Slaki, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. See that? If you consent unto Esau, I'm gonna take the jab, right? I'm gonna take the beast thing. It's not that bad. It's free. I don't have to pay anything, right? It's really that bad. My uncle got it. He's still fine. He's not dying, right? He's okay. Hey, if you consent unto them, you're going to be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. And that's what happened to people at the Travis Scott concert, man. They were trodden underfoot. So if you want to die a death like that, hey, go right ahead and consent unto Esau, man. Right? That's a gruesome death, being trodden underfoot, right? But it says what? For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So they're going to be driven to darkness, as the Lord said. They'll be driven to their wickedness, right? So, that's why we need to have the protection of the Almighty God. All right. So, calm.
All right. Yeah, that's all I had on my side.
Calm. All praises to Most High. Praises. So, calm. So, yeah, we can bring out our closing precepts now.
Revelation chapter 22 and verse 20. And it reads, And he which testifieth these things saith, Surely I come quickly. Oh man, it's so come, Lord Yahushua. So the Lord says, Surely I come quickly. You never know when the Lord gonna come back. He can come back tonight. Right when you about to go to sleep, you hear that siren go off, all hell breaking loose. You rubbing your eyes, right? The crust between your eyes. You look at the TV, they got the emergency thing going on. All hell just breaking loose, man. You never know when the Lord going to come back. That's why it's important that we stay spiritually girded, prayed up, keeping the commandments, repenting, washing our garments spiritually, man, so you don't get caught lacking. But
Con, that's right, man. That's right. Con. Yeah, you don't want to be caught lacking this thing, man. I'm gonna get a two-piecer, right? I'm gonna get a two-piecer. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse number 44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. So Yahweh Shah is coming when you least expect it, man. It's coming like a thief in the night, right? And you don't know when a thief is coming. And we don't know when Yahweh Shah is coming. At any given second, all hell could break loose. Yahweh Shah can crack that sky and deliver up his elect and give judgment unto the wicked at any given second. And nothing is disannulling the Lord from doing that, right? The Lord will do as he will. So we have to be ready at all times. And that means staying in the spirit. If we're out of the spirit when the Lord comes back, and we don't know what's going to happen to us, man, right? But let's go to Matthew chapter 25. Here's the second precept. Matthew 25 and verse number 20. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more. So whatever the Lord, how many ever the Lord, how much Slakia, however much the Lord gave you in talents wise, because the Lord all gave his talents. He always gave his gifts, skills, wisdom, knowledge, understanding that we can use in this truth, right? However much the Lord gave it to you, right? It says, I have gained besides them 5 talents more. So you want to take those talents and you want to double it, right? Meaning what? with that wisdom, knowledge, understanding that the Lord gave you, you're making videos, you're staying up till 3 a.m., you're staying up to hella late, getting this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and doing the work of the Lord, right? Verse 21, his Lord said unto him, who is our Lord? Yahweh. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. So that's what we want to hear, man, right? That's what we want to hear. Well done, thou good and faithful servant, right? So, Khan, with that, all praises to Yahweh Baha Shema Masha Bombalak Yahweh Shah. Lord willing, this is edifying. Right, this is Brother Yasharala.
Brother AHBAYAH.
Khan coming back, show yet another video to the Spirit and Pod Yahweh. Baha Shema Masha Bombalak Yahweh Shah. Right, Shabbat Shalom to all that's deserving it. Kwam Yasharala.